walioitaka hata kama hawakuisomea. Kuna watu walisoma masomo na wanatafuta kazi ya ile kazi ambayo waliisomea, ama walisoma na wanatafuta kazi ambayo hawakuisomea. Tunapatana. So lakini kijumla watu wanatafuta kazi, hasa vijana. Sisi tunatafuta kazi baada ya masomo, na wakati mwingi kazi haipatikani, na ndio manake tunataka kujadiliana. Kazi isipopatikana, ile ambayo tulikuwa tumesomea masomo yake na ambayo tulikuwa tunatarajia, basi itakuwaje? Wakati mwingi huwa tunakwama katika mawazo yetu, tunakwama katika maisha, na kuna makosa ni kwa sababu labda hatujapata mtu wa kutueleza, kutuonyesha wakati kazi imekosekana. Sio vibaya kutafuta kazi, ni haki yako kutafuta kazi, lakini wakati kazi imekosekana, ile ulikuwa unatafuta kuajiriwa kwa mfano, basi ni jinsi hipi unapaswa kutengeneza ama kuunda tuseme tu, because job creation, unaweza fanya nini kuunda kazi, ama acha nitumie hiyo jina ya kuunda, because maybe that is the easiest translation. So that is the conversation. The theme of this conference, or this exhibition, actually this session, the theme of this session is shift. Na unajua kushift si jambo rahisi. Shift. Utaki kushift kwa kama umewekwa chuma unapokuwa shingo na shift. Sasa ni kwanza kushift. So how are we going to shift from job seeking, kutafuta kazi, na tunaanza kuunda kazi? So today we have two gentlemen. As I have said, we are very sorry, we must apologize. We had a very wonderful lady. She's called Winnet Mongai. She a very good lady in the technology space, but because she wanted to participate here in Kisumu National Polytechnic and Kabete National Polytechnic, she could not make it to Kisumu because of logistical reasons, and therefore she sent a representative, unfortunately, who is a man. And we have agreed that we are not going to allow 3 men on this table, because it is not only men who create jobs. Do ladies create jobs? Can I hear whether? I don't know. Do women create jobs? Do women create jobs? So we are not going to say it is only men who create jobs. So that is where we agreed that for that reason we are not going to allow, we may not allow 3 men on the table. But also the other point is gender sensitivity. We were advised that everywhere. Yeah, but we are going to receive a lot of feedback from ladies here, and I can tell you, these men will be surprised. These men are going to be surprised that we are very powerful ladies who have ideas about how to. By the way, kuna mtu hapa kuna biashara yake. Just imagine, kidogo tu hata kama ina biashara namna gani, usiwahi wale vijana wa kazi mtaani wako wapi? Let's see by the rise of hands. Let us see. Oh, fantastic. It's the whole hall. Can we clap for kijana inaitwaje? Kazi mtaani. Can we clap for the kazi mtaani youth who have made it? Let me tell you, even walking is a job. Even coming here is a real job. It takes energy, it takes decision, it takes courage to even take a walk to go to listen or to go to meet other people. So congratulations, thank you very much. And do we have students? Any students here who probably are finishing or innovators? I know there are, most of them are at the exhibition. Do we have students here? Do we have any students? Just recognize if you're a student. If you're a student. Fantastic. Are you a student? Here at the Kisumu National Polytechnic. Can you raise your hands? Whoa, fantastic. They are the high level, very high level dignitaries in these matters of. So thank you very much, students. They are up there. Our colleagues from Kazi Mtani is here. So we are going to have that conversation. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I will introduce the first speaker or person to share with us his personal story. You will be so surprised. You will be so surprised that usijifunge na kile ulisomea. We will be so surprised that if you want to create a job, it's a whole different ball game than seeking for a job. You know, seeking for a job limits you. But when you want to create a job, it's a whole different ball game. And I wanted to, just because of, please share with me your name so that I recognize you in the manner that you feel happy and being recognized. So thank you very much, my audience, for being very, very, very responsive. I want to invite my brother and colleague so that he can come, maybe wherever he is. Maybe we can speak from where you are. I'll give you 15 minutes. Tell us your name, or maybe where you are born. Maybe you may want to say which school you went to. I mean, you are free. Then after that, just tell us your entrepreneur journey. And later we probably pose a few questions from the audience. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to clap your hands to welcome Lenin Nyakinya. Lenin Nyakinya is a director of a company called Leon. He's going to tell us Leon is what kind of a company. Thank you very much, my brother. Feel free and take your 15 minutes. Thank you very much. I think we can use this one. I don't know. Yes. Help us, please. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Fantastic.
Hello. Wangapi wananiona? Hawa nitoe mask. Tumenyana niona. Nivae. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks very much, Mr. Wambua. First of all, let me thank the organizers for this. Thank you very much. For students and for Juakali sector, everyone on your Fika hapa, thank you so much. Let me just try myself. It's normally very hard to be the first to present. Mnanipata kwa ama sauti yangu iko chini? You can hear me? Oh, thanks. Yeah, as here say, my name is Lenin Nyakinya. I come from Nairobi, but my home county is in Kisumu. This is where I trace my roots, in a sub-county called Nyakach. For those who know Nyakach, what do you associate Nyakach with when you're not doing Nyakach? Sorry? Welding, yeah? One, welding. Number two? Cattle? Drought, yes. Number three? What? Omeri, the snake. Huh? I don't know where it is right now. Yeah, but apart from those, we also know that it's also associated with the castle rustling, a lot of castle rustling. So when you wanafanya biashara ya ng'ombe, what they are under threat. But far from that, I went to school in Marcelo University, and I did my works, my studies in agriculture and IT. And after that, I started moving around. Went to Mombasa, went to different parts of this country. Some of them outside the country, I'll not mention where. But all I was in search for just opportunities to learn, so that at least I could get where I exercise my skills. I graduated in 2016, but I've never had a job. How many years from now, from then? How many years from 2016? 5. 6 years. CE mission. Let me say this is my 5th year, which I've had a struggle without a job. But does not mean that I've not been having a job. Sindio? So let me try and break it down this way. I got some opportunities to volunteer in agricultural sector. I tried to brokerage. Is it where you get from this one, you add some markup, then you sell? You need to adjust. Is it broking or brokering or hawking? Sinijua kali? Sindio? From there I learned the challenges which are there, and now, hence, one of it is how to package something, how to package yourself when you're looking for an opportunity, how to package the product, how do you present it to the rest of the world. Somebody once said that you can know what you do and you know how to do it best, but how many people know that you know what you're doing and you know that they know that you do it best? Did you get that? You can know what you do and you do it well, but how many people know that you know how to do it and you do it well? So that's why you need to package yourself well when you are going for another opportunity. I have quite a number of businesses going around in the business sector, but today I want to present to us a company which is a branding company and how it came about. When I was moving around looking for this, I found out there's a challenge on how to package even myself when I'm going to an office. How do I present this product? Let's say I have product A from company A. How do they package it so that I can sell it? And before I continue to my next statement, I want to pose a question. Who am I? If you heard what I said before, Mimi ni nani? Who am I? There's a present for this. Yeah, I'll start with you. Okay. The next one. Nilisema vitu mingi. Next one. Enter. Okay, another one. Yes. Okay, brand ambassador. Yes. I'm a farmer. So farmer, brand ambassador, entrepreneur. Yes. I'm a broker. Yeah, I am. I've done all those, but the winner is Alphonse. Alphonse is the winner. Why? Why am I saying so? You might do a lot of things, but it does not define you. Your name is what defines you. All that you do is just what packages you, okay? So Alphonse, you can come for your present, and you can clap for him as he comes. Yeah, this is a branded pen by you can read it out. I know you can't see the name, but it's Leon Company. It's a branded one. It's for Alphonse, yes. So I see I have 9 minutes. Leon Company is a branding company. You might not some of the things that it does there, but when you get out, you will get to the stand. It's on your left. When you enter, you'll see some of the products that are there. But I'll give you an example of this. If I want to sell this book, or before that, what is this? What do you see when I display this? Not Alphonse. The second winner, but not now, later. What do you see? Mnaona uko juu. You see a notebook, yeah? But there is a writing on it. So this thing adds value to the book. So when you get something that you are doing, ensure you add value to it. When you study, add value to what you study, what the teachers give you. When you are outside there, when you are sweeping, somebody once said that whatever you are doing, do it well, that the whole world knows that so and so is the one that can do it. If the whole world is looking for a sweeper, let us know that it is X, Y that sweeps the best. if so and so is doing, I'm not saying cattle rusting, but if so and so is doing well, then do it in a way that if you are being looked at with the whole world, they will know that you're the one who is doing it the best. So I ensure you add value to what you have. The products we have there, they are not our own. We sold them from somewhere else, but we are doing branding on them. One is to add value. Number two, the companies that want to brand, we source of market them. We market them for them. If today in the morning I was working in town, I arrived in the morning at around 5, and I saw some very energetic young men who were doing the, I'll not mention the street, but they were doing the cleaning, yeah? And that place was a little bit of dark, and it could be easy. They were not in any reflector. You could easily hit them. And what if it's a group of young people who are doing cleaning and they've started a group? What can they do? Can they get some reflectors that defines them? Can they get some, even just, in this case it's a reflector, to work it at night so that they can be able to be seen? So in short, I'm trying to say that in school, I've looked for jobs for, I think now this is the 5th year, but some of them I've turned down, not because I don't want it, but simply because what I've learned is that there's more value in what you do. Because you might be called in an institution, and if you don't have the discipline to do what you do well, even if you go to a big organization, however big it is, you cannot succeed. So in your small way, you've got a place for employment, thank God. Do your best. Do your best. Don't leave in the name of starting a company. Do your best there, and you will grow. If God has also not blessed you with a job, do your best where you are. You don't have to get money to start a company. It starts from what you have. Sini sawa. And I'll show you how. If you've started a company, the first thing people wanataka kujua next is how to make money. But what I've learned is you cannot have that mindset when you're going in a business. It's how do you package your product? If it's a notebook, how do you do it? If it's a pen, how do you do it? You're selling. If it is, we have Juakali sector. If it is, I saw some young innovators that were doing soap outside there. How do they package that soap? I saw some also very artistic. I know my brother will speak here. He does very nice designer suits and designer clothes. How does he package them? I talked to a number of guys who have come here. I know there are also students who want to get out. How do you package your skill? We have so many guys who are talented here. How do you package them? So I know I cannot speak much. I have 4 minutes remaining, but in a nutshell, I'll just give you my short. I've explained, but my parting shot is, when I left the university campus, I sat down with my certificate and I asked myself, now what next? For all those years, here it is, I've received it, I've graduated. Nimevaa kofia. The day has ended, the night has ended. Now in the morning, what next? That's how I sat down. Should I start working with this certificate from door to door? Or should I start going to the street from X to Y point? So I sat down and looked at all the things. Actually, that's the time you start knowing that there are some units you are good at and there are some units you are not good at. That's the point you realize that when you are not considering this unit more important, then you will need it. You will not need it to present, but you will need it to remind you of what you've learned. So I started checking at my transcripts one by one, not even the certificate. What is it that I am good at? I looked at technology. I looked at some of the skills in agriculture. Not all of them I was good at. And the technology bit is what I've decided to invest in, both in the agricultural sector. We have some quality management system. In the branding sector, we have some branding management system. in that for those guys who will meet, our company is based in Nairobi, so we didn't have like a machine to show. But for those who will have time to visit our website later, you will see how the management system can even help you design from where you are. If you are looking for a product from Leon Limited, you might not have to call me or to design your logo. You might just decide if you have a logo, just input it there, play around with how you want it to do, how you want it to look. It will give you suggestions of products you can start with. You can define your business, it will give you. For those who will visit, you will also see my contact there. You can always reach out for more information. Otherwise, thank you so much.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lenin. Yeah, thank you very much, Lenin. Fantastic, very fantastic. Great, yes. So wow. This is really interesting. Yes, everything. Yes. One, I have picked very interesting how to create job, or how Lenin ended up creating the job that he's doing now. It is his own, its own job. It is his own company. He has employed people. He is not being employed by anybody. So beyond or above Lenin, there is nobody else, only God. The rest, it is him and his company. Congratulations. Let's clap for Lenin. Let's clap for Lenin. Son of the soil, son of Nyakach. Congratulations, my brother. I have picked a few things. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shifting from job seeking to job creation. And he is a living example of how he shifted from seeking for a job or looking for a job to creating one, not only for himself, but also for the others. I picked one that I liked. The one that he said, sit down. Yani jiite kama mkutano. Unasikianga kujiita kama mkutano? Kujiita kama mkutano. You know, when you want to seek for a job, unatafutanga watu. Kuna ndugu ya nani, kuna friend, unataka kuwa na yeye mkutano na yeye ndio mwambie shida zako ndio akutafutie kazi ama akuorganize. Unasikia kuorganize huo? Sasa wewe, but he said he sat down with himself, sort of like we like using it, akajita mkutano. Then I like what he said. He did not pick his certificate. He picked his transcripts. You know, you guys who are, by the way, I know even you guys have gone. How many have been to college here? Nani alienda college hapa? Alimaliza form 4 na akaenda college. You know, what is your good name? Your sweet name is who? Goda. Goda, yes. So you went to, what did you do in college? Community resource management. How many years was it?
4 years.
Wow! Congratulations. Tupigie makofi. Alimaliza 4 good years. Wow! 4 good years. Community resource management. Oh, you have a certificate?
Yes, I have.
You graduated and you have a certificate.
Yes.
Now, what Lenin is saying, instead of looking at that certificate and crying about it and wondering what is it going to do for me, you go beyond the certificate. You look at the transcript, the unit that you did. You know the unit that you did? Which was your best unit that you liked a lot? You know, some of us liked mathematics in high school, others did not like Kiswahili because we could not speak good Kiswahili, but nevertheless. Which unit? I'm almost falling because I'm following you. So let me go back. Yeah. So which course, which unit did you like?
We did so many units.
Yeah, just
But the one I love most
yes.
is human resource management.
Human resource management. Congratulations. She loves human resource. You know, human resource is about people. Yeah, managing people and all that. So, by the way, are you in the Kazi Mutani?
Yes, I was in the Kazi Mutani.
Oh, okay. Congratulations. Now, let me tell you. So, if you look at, it says how to, you may want to have a company that is managing people. You know, this is it. Because you love to, actually, he also said, another one, volunteer. He began by volunteering. I'm sure Kazi Mutani ilikuwa sort of volunteer, lakini kulikuwa na kitu kadogo pia, si ndio? I'm sure mlilia sana hiyo pesa iko inatosha ile kazi. But so ni more like a volunteer, ni more like kazi. Sasa unajua ni kazi mtaani, si kazi kwa ofisi. You know, unajua ilikuwa nalipwa hivyo kwa sababu ni kazi mtaani, si kazi kwa ofisi. But probably when you get kazi kwa ofisi, probably it will be much better. But what I want to say is volunteering. You volunteer, I like, that's how to create, you know, you sharpen. He said, I like the other one, he said, add value to what you have. Add value. Don't just look at one thing. No, he said, he adds value. He picks other people's things. He adds value. He sells them. Or people come and tell them, this book of mine doesn't look good. I needed to be branded in a way. So he adds value. His work is to add value to. So you add value to even what you have. That's how you end up creating a job. You end up creating a job. And by the way, see, creating a job does not necessarily mean you also master a company of your own and all that. But if you can create a job for yourself, when you present yourself very well, until a company realizes, oh, by the way, we need somebody like this. So you have actually created a position for a job for yourself where it was not existing. So if you're disciplined, if you volunteer, if you like adding value, and adding value is, now that you're in human resource, how do you add value to other people, your colleagues? As an example of how you add value to other people.
An example is how I add value.
Yes, in terms of human resource. You know, human resource is about people. You know, people here. Do you tell people they are good, they are nice? Like, am I looking nice? Do I look nice?
Yes, you do.
Oh, thank you very much. You have added value too. Yeah, thank you very much. Has she not added value? I feel nice. I was already good, but when you tell me that I look nice, that's a value add. People like human resource management. Human beings like people who tell them good things. Okay, they add nice feelings too. But if you tell everybody, your shoe doesn't look nice, it's not even better than mine. If you are that kind of a person, you're not going to create an opportunity or a job or anything for yourself. You always be alone. You'll be looking for people who nasikia, achana na wewe hata ongeangi vizuri. Wewe anapanga. That's actually lack of, so you see, if you add value, you create a job. You open an opportunity. So seek out for where you can add value. Don't seek for a job. Okay? Don't seek for a job. Seek for where you can add value, and that is how the job will come. That's how the opportunity, whether it is for you as a consultant, as a business person, or you just want to join a company. Walk around. Go to the chief. Tell me, by the way, chief, yesterday I saw there was something which was not wrong and I wanted to sort it out. Volunteering, adding value to community, adding value to other people, adding value. Propose to people when you see the chair is not properly, just go there and sort it out. I mean, people see that. People are very keen. Instead of bringing me a CV and a certificate and you stand there and you wonder there are no jobs, now these people are not giving. I just look at you and I wonder, but what can you do? I mean, what is the value? Why should I hire you? You see, if I told you to hire you. But if you just want to say, by the way, Madam Principal, Madam Chief Principal, When I walked in, I realized there were some guests that were stranded, and guided them to where, yeah, so next time, you just tell that the guards at wherever that they need to be alert. The chief principal of Kisumu National Polytechnic realized, by the way, we have not been having a customer care or a reception or somebody. And there's a lady actually who added value to our institution's brand. That initiative is very important. So that is, maybe let me leave those two. Ujiite mkutano, ujivolunteer, add value. Of course, the last which he said, he talked about discipline, but he also talked about do your best. Please, whenever you're given an opportunity, do the best you can. Whether it's a volunteer opportunity, whatever, it doesn't have to be a job. You'll be surprised it doesn't have to be a job opportunity. But whatever opportunity you're given, do your best. You'll create a job for yourself. People will say, by the way, I have a friend of mine who works for government somewhere, and I don't want to mention his name and the government agency, but he did the same. He just used to go there, you talk to the head of that organization, and the head of that organization wondered, by the way, we don't have such a thing. Could we, yeah, so he started, and today he's all, I always see him very with high a job that was never there. Of course, we know public jobs are advertised, but that is a single one that I know it was never advertised by anybody. Actually, that institution did not advertise. So he just came and said, yeah, he was very passionate about something, and later on today, he has an office, he coordinates a function in that organization that deals with what he loves, or what he likes doing. He never sought for a job, but he offered, and he's been doing very well. Thank you very much. I think those are good points. Maybe 3 or 4, maybe 4, but maybe at this point, does anybody has or have a question to Lenin? Just anybody a question towards what he has said? So you may want to write it down if you have a question or something you liked. Even if you wanted to say, congratulations, that's a good one. It's a value addition. Yeah, we look for somebody to tell Lenin, congratulations. Or anything else they want. But if you don't get a chance to speak, he has said his company is demonstrated or is lined up somewhere at the exhibition. You can go there and talk to him and be able to engage with him further. Fantastic. Let us clap for Lenin the last time. Thank you very much, my brother Lenin, for coming and sharing your personal story. I'm sure you are tough. You may want to go the other side, but if you have questions. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, let's speak that together. I didn't see them. Thank you for seeing them. Please, let's come talk to Lenin.
Okay. Thank you so much. Praise God.
Amen. Oh.
I've heard what the speaker said, but many youths here are longing to start their job or to create job. But you know, some are not privileged. Some come from humble background. So what I never heard from the speaker, how he got a starter capital. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, how are you? I had the same question. How did you manage to raise your capital to start your brand?
Good. Very good questions. I am very impressed. You know, business people, it's all about money and how we are. So thank you. Capital, startup capital. How did you go? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Remind me your name first.
I'm called Omondi Ope. Thank you.
All right. And name?
Roberto Tieno.
Oh, Robert.
Yes.
So the questions. Thank you so much for the questions. They revolve around one thing, but they're different. So the first is, how do you start? It applies to everyone. I am good in this, but how do I start? I have this, but how do I start? That is your first question. Now, for him, it's how did I start? Where did I get? Sindio. So for you, it's more of how did I start? Kind of a motivation. For him is what next for these people who do not have this. So the first is what does humility mean? What does humble mean? That's the first question I need to send it back. You don't have to answer, but it's something that you need to think within yourself. How humble, or how humble is my business? How humble do I need to start? If you want to go far, somebody said that if you want to go far, you have to. Who remembers that? Step. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. So you don't have to start big for you to go far. So the first step is humble enough for you to make a move. So just to make it practical in this way, we know that we have people who have business ideas, and we know that we also have those who want to support ideas. We know KIP. Who knows KIP? How many knows KIP? KIP. You know KIP? It's Kenya Innovation. Yes, Kenya Industry and Entrepreneurship Project. This is a project that is meant to support small businesses. We have so many of them, and there are so many. We even have our own technical institution here. I believe they have some programs. So all you need to, there's always a way to start. One thing I said, if you remember, when I finished college, I sat down. Then I asked myself, what next? I started, and you know, you nishamalizana na internship. We were those lot that you finish, you go for an attachment, then you come back, you graduate. So you don't even have another place to go and showcase what you know in terms of skills. So you start by, I had to sit down, website, companies, institutions, start by getting the emails for the HR, the emails for the job application I sent. You do what you can. It's a step. Then number two, that is one way. Number two, for those who want to go now the entrepreneurial way, there's always a step that you have to make. You don't have to start a company because one, it requires money, of course. It's not that one, we have two ways of starting. Okay, we have two ways of doing a business. You can do a business as you, as a person, or you can do it as a body, which in this case is either a business name, or you can decide to go like the limited company way, which you register a company. A business name, which I know most of people start with, is not that quite expensive. I think it's under 10,000. It should be around, if I'm not wrong, maybe not something less than 10,000. I even actually had to Google business to start with 10,000. I did that, and I found some of them shoe shining. I even had to an extent of how do you start a business with 3,000. I went online and searched. So another way is just to try and search for these ideas. Source. I know the skill you've learned. You can start from somewhere. For example, what are you doing, Pio?
Okay, me, I'm engaged in a project. I have a poultry and pig farming, is what I'm doing.
You're doing poultry?
Poultry and pig farming, yes.
That is, you are doing at home or you are studying it?
I'm doing it at home.
Okay.
And, I studied it while I was in school.
Okay.
So those pocket money.
Yes.
And when you usually go to trip, you are given even something small.
Mm.
So I normally say. So after that, when I came for the long holiday, I started buying, but I leave it for someone to look after them.
Okay.
So is what I'm proceeding with.
Okay.
So that's what my worry, because I was so much concerned how you raise your capital.
Okay.
Because government normally give youths, but the process is so much hectic. We have youth fund and the rest. Because I know majority of youths here are longing, they are really willing to start or to create job. But that the starting capital is hectic. And also to register a company. Kenya is not, by saying it is a bit easier. And now if you want to do it practically, it's so much hectic. So how can you assist us there? Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Amadi. When I was a student, we did something. We went to a youth fund, we applied for it, and we got 50,000 shillings. And first was a grant. The second, we even applied the second one before we finished the first one. It was a loan of 100,000. When I was still a student, can I tell you that the project we started went under? We had the starting capital, but it went under. Why? You might have the money, even you can be given 50,000 today, but if you don't have the principle of utilizing it, however small it is, that's the principle of system, the principle of savings. First, it starts with you. So capital will always be there. That pocket money is a capital. That skill you have here, it's a capital. Brand it well. You don't have to do good to brand it. You can just package it in a nice way. Approach somebody, by the way, how do you do this? I can help you do this at a smaller price. Now the last question, let me just answer quickly to Robert. Robert started, how did I start the branding? One was, I studied agriculture. It's not a branding. Yeah, that's not branding. And I started by broking products. But some of these products, even how they were labeled, it was not nice. You go to an exhibition, but then even how to present this one, you go and sell something. Somebody's selling the same thing, but in a very low. If you agree with me, most of the products that people want to go to look at in the supermarket is what, first you look at the packaging. If you agree, that's what you look at. So how did I start with it? So I started with telling them we can brand it like this. This is how we can start. So first I started by changing how their organization looked like, how their product looked like. For free, I was not charging them anything. And then later they will bring, by the way, you can help us design this. So by designing, they were paying me 500 shillings, 300 shillings, and stuff like that, online, just doing something. Or I didn't have an office that I would afford with the 500 shillings, sometimes on my here. So that small money that you get out of a pocket money, out of a small fee that you have, just save it, save it. There's a saving principle. I know the financials who are here will help us do that. There's a formula for that. Just save what you have. That pocket money, keep it. You will need it. Then later is when now how the company started.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are being warned of time, and I know, I'm sure we have taken quite a bit of time. But my brother, that brother who is talking about, this country, it is very difficult. What your name is? Let me tell you, my brother. If you listen, I mean, you can take after this. You can take an int number. You must believe in what you want to achieve. You must believe first in what you want to achieve. So if the first thing is you don't believe it is possible, then let me tell you, it will be very difficult. You will not even commit your time. I think he has given is how he has created the job. Maybe there are other ways of creating jobs. He has said he volunteered. He offered his skill without a pay. He used to see people's products not properly branded. He will brand them for free because his skill. Mikono yako unataka kukombonesha mikono ama unataka namna gani? I mean, if I need to pick this water from there, and you want me to pay you for just picking the water and giving it to me? Not necessarily. Because if your work is... So he said he studied agriculture, agriculture was not, but he has IT skills. He says you can do online without, you can use your own fingers. Everybody who has a smartphone here, the principle is, he did not do that just, he wanted to offer that. He was very clear that will end up creating an opportunity, a job opportunity for himself. So that's what I'm saying, that he believed that products must look good. He believed that, and he was ready to offer a solution in making that product looking good, so that when the customer is happy, the customer is able to pay him. But if you go and give a story, you give a story, a very nice story, and the customer is not seeing the skill, is not seeing what you're saying, right? So he will do it so that it becomes easier for the other person to understand. So that even if he charges some money, the guy has already seen something that has been done. So whatever you can do to your best. He kept saying that. Volunteer, whatever you can offer. You see, it is true. I'm sure when he was brokering, he did not have a company. He did not have a company. He was just brokering. It was his phone, maybe his voice, his mouth. He would talk to people. Brokering is talking to this one, in between this one, and in between, he earns something. So that's a way of, but he was offering the brokering service, which is not doing today. But I wanted to say that if you feel you have a challenge, as he said, there are many initiatives, government initiatives, otherwise, but you must believe in the possibility of what you want to achieve. Otherwise, if you pursue something that you will still feel it is not possible, then you will not be able to make, you will not create a job or opportunity. He now has a company. He is a living example. You know, when you say it is difficult, and he has done it, so it is, whom do we believe? Do we believe the one who has done it, or the one who says it is not possible? All right? So that's what you need to be. So the first thing I've just picked is, the other thing is, have the right attitude towards what you want to achieve. It is not easy, but you see, you're not going to sit there and say, everything must be made easy for me. Everything must be made easy for me. I mean, my friend, we are 50 million Kenyans. If we sit back there and say, the government, you who must make everything easy for me, who are you? I mean, for you to, Kenyans to just sit there and make everything easy for you. Every Kenyan is out doing something. Rise up like every other Kenyan and start doing something. Then you will find other Kenyans who are doing something like Lenin, and you are there. You see? So you need to have the right attitude to what you want to achieve. If, my brother, you are in school or you have been to school, there is something you learned. What did you do in school? Which course? That brother was saying something difficult. Which course? I want to find out, because I want to help you. I want to help you. So you stop. You know, the only thing is, we will not carry you like a bag and take you somewhere and start doing the work for you. You must tell us what you have, what you can do. What is it that you can do?
Okay, in the first place, I never said it was difficult, but I studied veterinary medicine.
I'm sorry, let me withdraw that word. I am very sorry, my brother. But answer my question that what did you do in school? What did you do in college or?
Veterinary medicine.
Veterinary medicine?
Yes, sir.
One of my best friends is a veterinary medicine doctor. Did you do it at the university?
Yes, sir.
University of Nairobi?
No, Moi.
Moi University. One of my best friends is a veterinary doctor. But today, he does not treat those animals. He is a director general of a government agency. Veterinary doctor with the management. So it also, I'm sure we will have a conversation, don't worry. And you don't have to go and create a job or get a job in veterinary medicine. Okay. There must be something else you can do apart. That is what you did in school. And I'm sure if you look for a job, you seek for a job depending on what you did in school. You may not, because you need to be employed in the Ministry of Agriculture or somewhere dealing with the livestock or something like that, or government institutions that deal with veterinary medicine, Ugo Kapeto or elsewhere, or research. I know that story very well. But I am sure, my brother, if we have a conversation with you, you realize you have so much you can do outside veterinary medicine that can actually create a job for you. So don't worry. But there are people who can work with you, They can talk to you, they can show you how to maneuver around if need be, and we will be ready after this to share. But thank you very much for your questions and for the responses that have been made. Ladies and gentlemen, because I know this subject will be very long, and we may not finish, but I just want to give, because we have just opened, I want to give two other gentlemen who are just together with us here an opportunity to share their personal journey and story, and hopefully we'll be able to learn how they created the job that they are doing today for themselves and even for others. And there could be even an opportunity for you. If you present yourself well, these are guys who can be employers actually. That's another way of creating a job for yourself. If you present what you can do and you can do it well. Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask, I have to agree, I have to admit that we've consulted and we have agreed that we'll have to adjust a bit. But in the next 15 minutes or so, because of time, I want to ask my brother, Salim Ramadan, who is the director and maybe owner of Salmax Creations, big company based all over the world, but started here in Kisumu. In fact, he has a long history of working with government agencies. Let us clap for Salim for coming and sharing his personal story with us. Thank you very much, my brother. Take it away.
Good morning once again. It's almost noon. My name is Salim Mohamed Ramadan. I don't know how to start, but it's an honor today to be in this place to tell our stories, where we've come from and where we are today. Apart from my name, I have a company called Salmax Creations. Salmax Creations is a company that deals in textile industry. Or Salmax Creations is a company that deals in fashion and design. I also have a privilege to be one of the people in the Kisumu National Polytechnic Industry Advisory Board. Yeah. History. My story, I don't know where to start, but I have the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, where do we start? The good, the bad, and the ugly.
The ugliest, but then good.
Come again.
The ugliest, but then good.
I've circulated one of my profiles, company profiles around. Some of you might have gone through them. This is just a piece of what I've gone through. It is not even the whole thing. Salmax Creations is a company that is registered through one of the articles of Kenya. Salmax Creations is Stations has 21 employees. That one just for a start. We deal in fashion and design. We deal in textile industry. I happen to be the owner of this Salman station, or the CEO of Salman station. Behind me, we have 21 people that are employed. If today you are going to ask anything concerning garment or anything concerning uniform or any design that is supposed to be created within Kisumu and maybe within the country, I believe that my name will appear there, or Salma's creation will appear among the top 100 names in the country. I have this company within Kisumu. I have 21 employees. 13 of them are men, 8 of them are female. Why do we do that? We are trying even to balance the gender where we are working. Age group of my people, of my employees, is between 24 and 58 or 60, I believe so. We deal, I hope you are listening, yeah? We deal in all types of garments. When we talk about all types of garments, we do good suits, we do African attire, we do hotel industry, uniform, hospitals, name it. We do weddings yearly, like 30 to 40 weddings a year. We have these employees that are very much committed with their work and are trained. They are skillful and they are up to date with the technology that we are having today. We have the modern machines that we are using today and the old machine. We call that old technology and new technology versus old technology. We have the new technology machines that we are using today. And we are up to the industry where today we know that industry is growing up. One thing I want to say about my story where I started. I have, or we've managed to have machines. Okay. I will start with where I started before I came to this business. I schooled here. I went to the secondary Kisumu here, TVET secondary school. I was supposed to go to college. My mom felt sick and she passed on. 3 years before that, my dad died when I was 5 years old. And my mom, she never remarried again. She was a nurse, and she was there for, like, I'll take care of my kids. We are three, me and two of my sisters. After school, things what I can say that things were not easy. We had to look the way to survive. One day, I went to my grandparents, I talked to them, and they told me that we've listened to you, but there's nothing we can do much. What do you want to do? I told them that I want to start a business whereby I will be buying and selling. Then I was given some money, 600 shillings, sometimes back 1994. I was given 600 shillings to start a business of Mutumba. So I took the money, went to the market, bought few t-shirts, sold them to my friends, started like that. Little did I know where I was going. After that, I had a small stall. With consistency, the stall was full. Then one of my friends came to me, sitting and discussing normal talks. The guy told me that, you see, when you have this kind of clothes, you can interchange them. How do we interchange clothes? He told me, we have this idea whereby checked shirt. A checked shirt, you can remove the sleeve. And a plain shirt, you remove the sleeve. Then you take the sleeves of a checked shirt, a plain shirt. Then you take a plain sleeved shirt, checked shirt. You create a new design. So indeed, we tried that and it worked for us. By then, people were in that trend. So by the time I used to go to the fundi or to the tailor who was there, Mr. Kumu, to remove sleeves, he removed for me the sleeve, he joined the sleeves for me. Then I could be able to sell. And it really worked for me. It was good. We had good sales. Then, it was a time where people wanted so many things that we could tailor. We could take even the materials to the fundi, and he stitches for us the trousers, then we sell. That is how we started. Then I realized that Mr. Kumu was too slow to give him work, then it delayed. The demand was too much. People want their order than evening. So I came up with an idea that let me look for a sewing machine. It was not so easy, but I remember one of my aunties used to sell uniforms. I went, approached her, and I told her that I want a machine to start doing some few things, stitching. She allowed me. She gave me one machine, Singer 181, which I started with. After some times, I managed to bought some few of my machine, one or two manual machines. Then one sudden day, one auntie, she came knocking to my door. My son, I want my machine back. I read that, okay. And that one being the only machine that was good at that moment, I had to give it back, but it was too painful for me that now the machine is being taken away from me. I had to let it go and accept that now we have to move on with what we have. With perseverance, with commitment, with hard work, I managed to get some few machines, and I managed to look a place in town whereby I started a small shop to Fundi. I could go outside there and source for work. I could go outside there in companies, in offices, in supermarkets. I remember by then Nakumatt started in Kisumu. I could go to Nakumatt supermarket and talk to the manager and introduce myself that I'm so and so, I'm a tailor, I would like to do for you this, and we have these types of material. Please, can you have a look at it? Then I get orders. Like that, they gave me a lot of work. Most of the employees in Nakumatt didn't have enough time because they work from Sunday to Sunday. They rest only one day, which is maybe on Sunday or whatever off they were supposed to be having one day, but which is not enough. So I could be able to make the trousers and the suits and the shirts and take to them. At the end of the month, on third, I know that these people will be paid. So I could go there and get my salary too at the same time that they are getting their salary. In a few years, I managed to get 5, 6, 7, only 8. Then the place was small. I had to look for another bigger place. Then 10, this place is small. I had to open another branch. Now this second branch, because we used to sell suits, because we used to do suits, people could ask you about the accessories. Where do I get tie? After you sold for me the suit, or you sold for me the shirt, where do I get shoes? So at one point, after all the information and all this one, we gathered them together, we decided to open a second shop next to the hospital. And we stored the store with a lot. We brought shoes, ladies' shoes, imported ones. Then we mixed the business from tailoring and we could import things from Nairobi, but through things from Turkey, but through Nairobi. So we had the second shop also was doing well. We had it all. We had the shop that everybody was admiring the shop. Then one day, one night, I'll never forget, March 13th, somebody came and burnt my shop. Knowing the reason, until today, I've not even known the reason why somebody burnt my shop. almost 3 million stock, or 3.5 million stock by then everything was burnt down to ashes. Then again, we cried, we wiped our tears, and we start again. I went and talked to my suppliers, with me, they gave me the goods, I started again. Then after 7 months, somebody came and stole my shop again. My shop was stolen 4 times until I had no way to start. But God is faithful, God has mercy, and God is always God. Okay. I want to say, cut it short, our visitors are coming. I want to say that without commitment, never start. Without consistency, you will not finish in what you are doing. Don't sit around and wait things to be done for you. I want to take this opportunity to say that all students who are here, your dreams are valid. No matter how small or big are they, your dreams are valid.
Let's clap for that one. Hata kama hakuna kitu kingine, let's clap for that. Oh, please clap. Sorry, I don't want to cut it short, but I'm sure that the dignitaries are just about to arrive. Once they arrive, we will have to cut this short. Yeah, in the next 5 minutes time, but we have, if you don't mind, Mr. Salim, maybe you can just conclude so that I guide the next
one. It will be forced. I cut it short, saying that it has not been easy for me to be where I am today, but consistency, persevering, waking up every day, very early in the morning, 6, 7 you are at work, leaving work at around 9 o'clock. One thing which I didn't say, that my company is running 24 hours. Due to COVID, we managed to arrange the second session because of social distance and because of what was going on. So we find that we have the employees who reports in the morning until 6 or 6:30. Then from 7:30, we have another lot that is coming in that they are working overnight. We work for so many companies, we work for so many corporates, we work for so many NGOs. That is the reason for us to work overnight, to make sure that the economy is running. One thing I'll say today, that God has mercy on us, is that when Corona struck, most businesses were closed. But with God's mercy, Salmak stations was closed only for 1 week. All my employees are intact. They've been working, they've been earning their daily bread, and we are very proud that we didn't get struck so hard due to COVID-19. Thank you very much, and God bless. Due to time, thank you very much once again.
Fantastic, fantastic. Salim, I cannot even stop listening to you because I'm very sorry. I really wanted that story to continue because it is a real practical story. My brother, that is very, very, very moving. And congratulations very much. Because 1994, 600 shillings, Tumba business, I cannot imagine. Growing steadily, slowly, but surely, until today is one of the largest, fashion and design. If you look at his company, so it is possible, let me tell you, you can create your own job. Don't sit there and wait and cry. Salim Ramadan, a classic example. Let me tell you, if you have any problem about wondering where to begin, Mr. Salim, are you open? He is open for consultation, for mentorship. You can visit him. His contacts are there. Let me tell you, my brothers and sisters, in fact, I am so surprised. He is the chairman of the Industry Advisory Board for the Kisumu National Polytechnic. Congratulations, my brother, for that opportunity. It is always an honor to serve. And let me tell you, this guy has beaten all. I have been in the universities. This guy has beaten them all. Is a practical living example. So shortly, we have a speaker who must speak to us, but we have to take a short break because I know the dignitaries are just about to come. We have to do some housekeeping quickly. When the bosses come, we always stand. It is good manners just to stand. Secondly, I am sure we shall require 2 people to speak about what they have heard about how to create jobs, not taking jobs. I'm sure we have learned from Lenin, we picked the lessons, how we have learned from our brother Ramadan, and therefore we have to, when the guests arrive, we'll have some sessions, national anthem, opening prayers, a bit of entertainment, and we shall give 2 positions. 2 opportunities for you guys who want to say what they learned today. It must be a gentleman and a lady. Can we get one from ground here and one from the top so that we are fair? Somebody who can say what they have learned, what they have heard from the 2 gentlemen here about not necessarily seeking for a job, but also creating a job for yourself. Interestingly, these guys are in the same space of branding, issues around, but you can see their stories are totally different. The sector is the same, but their stories are totally different. So it is possible for anybody. It is possible for anybody who intends to create a job. If you really want to create a job for yourself, it is possible because we have living examples here in Kisumu, successful in their own way, making impact, even employing other people. Can we clap for them? Ramadan and Lenin, please clap for them harder. Let's clap for them harder. Please, let's clap for them. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We are very proud of you. Very proud to be associated, listening to your success stories. Very proud to be associated. Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies. We want to identify 2 people. I don't know what criteria we are going to use. I know we are many. Those who, let's see the hands. Those who want to speak from down here, when the PS is here, we are going to have senior government officers. Let's see who wants to, then you tell me how we are going. How many? Let's raise the hands. Down here first. Just come forward, quickly. Anybody else who want to speak, just come forward. Let's do. Boss, let's get us this quickly. I'll give you 5 minutes. No, 5 seconds actually. 5 seconds to just demonstrate how you're going to say it when the bosses come. Then we guys, no, we need a lady from down here. Hey, gentlemen, hey, come. Human resource, come. Quickly. Let's clap for human resource. Let's come for human resource. Now she has a name, we call her human resource. Yes, yeah. So they are going to demonstrate what they are going to say in 1 minute. Then choose, okay? You tell me who is able to speak in front of the wakubwas quickly. Yeah, you tell me how you have identified. Let's give it. Say, what is your name, sir? Yes, it is okay. It is okay. No, ndio umefunga. Yeah. Fanya hivi.
Okay, hello.
Yeah. Quickly, say your name quickly.
I'm Evan Sotino Kot from Orimoyo.
Evan Sokoto Cheno Caroline Shaurimoyo. Please, I give you 1 second to address the congregation. How you want you?
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, today I'm so happy to be in this exhibition in Polytechnic here. I've made it ahead and I've learned how to be persistent, consistent, and how to brand your product.
I want you to repeat, relax. Relax. Relax, boss. Okay. When huwa unasemanga bwana PS, DC ama county commissioner, my name is so. Then we were here for the mentorship forum. We have listened to how many people? How many people did we listen to? What the first one? There is Salim, there is Lenin ya Kenya, but unaweza sema Lenin and Salim, na wametueleza sana. Sasa na wewe umemwaje pia, kwa hiyo so 1 2 yeah. Don't worry, usikuwe na pressure. Okay, twende tena 1 2 anza.
Okay, to our leaders today here in Polytechnic, I've learned a lot. We've learned a lot from Nyakinya and Shalim. They've taught us a lot.
Yeah, rudia tena rudia. Utasema jina yako, utasema jina. Then utasema unatoka kazi mtaani, yanaenda nini hiyo area yote. One again.
Okay, in front of you, I'm Evan Sotino Koth from Kaloleni Shaurimoyo. Here in Polytechnic, we have been taught a lot by Mr.
Umesahau mtaani. Ulikuwa unafanya kazi mtaani wapi?
I was working at kazi mtaani.
Hapo Shaurimoyo. Wewe unafanya nini? Kufyeka barabara ama kutoa nini? Okay, anza tena 1 minute.
Okay, to our leaders and all my fellow colleagues, good afternoon. Okay, I'm Evan Sotino Koth from Kaloleni Shaurimoyo under Kazi Mtaani program. Here we have been taught how to make your business to proceed well. We have learned from Mr. Nyakinya has taught us here how to brand your product and also how to have the clients, potential clients, and how to be persistent and consistent in your business.
Fantastic. Let's clap for our brother. I have forgotten his name, but Evans is very well. Thank you very much, Evans. Yeah, let's hear quickly. Yes. Quickly, my brother. What your good name is? Ayub. Relax. Relax. You are how you? So I have Moses. Now go for it.
All protocols observed. My youth colleagues, good afternoon.
Thank
you very much for this wonderful opportunity which we have given for the exhibitions. My name is Ayub Moses, formerly working as supervisor within the Kazi Mtaani in Kisumu East. Basically, we are impressed this afternoon, and I would give my highlight on the two speakers who have spoken. On Lenim's case, it's all about identifying your potential and showcasing it to the rest of the world. For the second speaker, I would say it's all about perseverance. The shortcomings that will come, the failures, all the detractors will come, but all in all, you need to have perseverance and above all, believe in the Almighty. Thank you.
Fantastic. Let's clap for Moses. Yeah, thank you very much, Moses. Hey, boss, yeah, please, a moment. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much, Moses. Fantastic. Human resource. Let's go for your good name is Golda who? Golda Tieno. Fantastic. Let's go for it. Golda.
All protocols observed. My fellow youths, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It is a privilege to be here today to be chosen amongst the people who have been to be given this wonderful opportunity to listen to our very best entrepreneurs today, who has motivated us and has given us some tips that will be very helpful to us in becoming better entrepreneurs tomorrow and having a better future. And from our entrepreneurs, first to begin with what Lenin told us, he has made me realize that I should go down, sit, have a meeting with myself, and realize what I love the most. Something that I did not know I was supposed to do. Because to be successful, you have to love what you are doing. And to Mr. Lenin, I have only learned that persistence is the only key. Despite all the challenges that we are going to face as entrepreneurs, especially young ones, we need to be consistent, we need to be committed in our work so that we can be able to achieve our dreams.
Fantastic, fantastic. Goddard, fantastic. What do you think? What do you think? Do we choose now or we give them another round? We choose now or we give them another round? Maybe they were trained a bit. Tunachagua sahi. Nani tunachagua sahi. Nani wanataka tuchague sahi? Nani wanataka tuchague sahi? So that we pick one out of those three. Please, hapa chini. Are we ready to choose one? Yeah, let me ask Chairman, you help us in choosing. How do we go about it? We raise hands or we do what? We raise the hand. So as many as, so this is your name, sir? Evans, this is Moses, that is Golda, Moses, Golda, and Evans. Yeah, you would count for us or something? Yes, but you know Marapili, okay. How many are for Moses that is going to speak in front of our chief guest? And let's see, you count for us how many? Yeah, I don't know whether I am going to, I am not very sure whether I can get that easily. This is Moses, by the way. Okay, I don't know, maybe. How many are for Golda? Golda, please. Golda, please. Golda, please. Golda, please. Golda, please. Or how many are for Moses? Moses. Well, my goodness. Are you going to be confused? Moses. Can they even who come in? Oh my goodness, everybody. So whom do we announce? This is the returning officer. You have a mic. Yeah. Moses, let's congratulate Moses. Thank you very much, my brothers. Thank you. So Moses is going to speak on behalf of the Kazi Mtaani when our guests arrive. And thank you very much. You have earned yourself lunch for just coming. You will get lunch. Oh, something. Yeah, the chair wants to say something. Yeah, please, thank you.
My suggestion is that.
Yes.
We take gender thing. I could just request that maybe two of them.
Yes.
To be there.
Thank you very much. So we just because of gender, two opportunities for them to speak. Is that allowable? But we'll limit. Yeah, we wanted one from down and one from up. So how do we? That is like
because of time. Eh?
Yes.
We already have this two. Can we just use this one first?
Yes.
Because of time.
Because of time.
Yes.
So yeah, because we are under pressure. I know. So the gender issues have been raised. Just have a seat. We'll see how to sort of that one. That's it. So gentlemen and ladies from upstairs, very high upstairs. We want out of the few two presentations what we have learned that you can speak to the guests that are coming. Sorry, there is a very serious, important administrative announcement. Please, yes, so that you can. Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. Kamandi from the Post Training, State Department of Post Training, Minister of Education is making very important announcement. Please, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon again. God is good and all the time. We enjoy ourselves. Tumepata kitu? Asanteni. So I want to quickly announce that this event is covered on the Twitter handle. Once you get Inside the Twitter handle, you are going to get the Facebook address there. And therefore, it is posttrainee_KE. So you are going to capture the live coverage, you like it, you open it, and then you comment. Is that okay? Yes, please. So thank you very much. We are now waiting for the PS who is almost coming, joining us, and therefore over to Mr. Wangwa.
Thank you very much. I almost forgot. Thank you for that reminder. Yeah. So please go to your Twitter. How many have smartphones? How many you have a Twitter account? How many have Twitter accounts? Twitter accounts. Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. Oh, fantastic. So just at post-training, _underscore something, then you tweet or you like or something, you retweet or something like that. Thank you very much. Of course. So, gentlemen and ladies, upstairs, are you interested in somebody speaking? By the way, do you have someone who can speak? Do you guys speak? By the way. Yeah, announcement. Sorry, quick one. I suspect, I'm told, I hear, there are rumors that, anyway. So we have County Director Youth with us, sir. Please, thank you very much, sir. We are very, with all humility, if you could step out here for some consultation. Thank you very much, sir. Great. You guys, do you speak? You do speak. I'm surprised you do. Because, so, how do we go about choosing who to speak on your behalf? Can we get proposals? Anybody who speaks? Or you have already agreed? By consensus? Fantastic! Let's clap for those gentlemen up there. Watu wamesoma wakwa na shida. These are very high level. Please, just come over down. Our very, very able speaker. Please, let's clap for her before she comes. Oh, sorry, yeah, she's coming. Just pick the mic. Speak as you come. Speak as you come. Talk. Just say something. Say something. You know, as you come. You know, I mean, thank you. Let's clap for her. She's coming down. She's going to represent us. She's going to talk. You'll be so surprised. Those guys do speak and they know how to speak. Si unaona kama amejua mahali pa kuja, anajuanga watu wa kuongea na kujenga huku, sio hapa. So you know, your sweet name is who? Atieno Marceline. Let's clap for Atieno Marceline. Which year are you?
Year 2.
She's in year 2. Which course are you taking?
Fashion and design.
Fantastic! You can see, Mr. Salim. So you have heard the story of Salim. You would think Salim is an example. You think he really, is. So thank you very much. Let's hear. Thank you so much. Address our guests. Those will be coming.
To our honorable guest and my fellow youths, good. I think it's afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Atieno Marceline. I'm a fashion designer. I'm a student in the Kisumu National Polytechnic. And I would like to speak about issues that rest on by our guests today. And I'm so much encouraged because I've realized that it doesn't matter the place where you are beginning, because we don't know our destiny. And our destiny is in the hands of God. Just our guest told us that it's God that has been with him for him to stand at this moment, and he's continuing ahead where he has not yet reached. And I've realized that there are challenges. If I begin a business, if I start my own work, I'm going to meet challenges. But how am I going to handle my challenges? Just as he has spoken, he was stolen 4 times, but he's still standing. If you go outside there, you see the thing that he has just displayed. you cannot know that he has been stolen that many times. So I'm so much encouraged, and I'm privileged to be here to listen to him and just know if I go outside, how am I going to begin? How am I going to go on? When I meet challenges, how will I pass them and how will I continue? Otherwise, be blessed.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you very much. Atieno Maseni, second year fashion design, Kisumu National Polytechnic. Moses, you have the name Moses? Ayub. Yeah, Moses Ayub. Former sub-county supervisor, Kisumu East, Kazi Mutani. Thank you very much. When our senior officers are about to come, when they come, as a matter of courtesy and manners, we will rise up. Then after we have risen up, they will take their seats. After they take their seats, we will, who is going to, gentlemen, they will lead us with the national anthem. You have the national anthem? Yes, yeah. So we do the national anthem. After the national anthem, we do prayers, and we'll basically do some entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, on our door, please, our chief guest, let us rise up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome for our peers with your entrance at the delegation. Thank you very much. You can just take and come. I'm sure it's a long journey, but please, thank you very much. Let's clap for our peers and the guests. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for our peers, Karibu, together with all the dignitaries. Please, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Karibu. Madam Chief Principal, Karibu. All the other dignitaries, please take your seat. Please take your seats. Your respective seats. We need a seat. We need let's make sure that we have enough seats, please. The ushers, pick a seat for one chief guest who is not seemingly having a seat. Let's pick one. Please. Don't worry. Just bring it up. Don't worry, because sorry for that. Sorry for that. We probably did not anticipate. But it's because of social distancing, we will rearrange. Thank you very much, colleagues. Let's have a seat. Thank you very much. Let's have a seat. So, thank you very much, Chief Guest, PS, State Department for Post-Training and Skills Development, Minister of Education, directors, of course, Secretary, Technical Education, Dr. Wanjiro Ariuki, Director, Dr. Opura, County Director, Vocational and Technical Training, and County Director, Youth Affairs, of course, representatives from the Kenya National Federation of Juakali Association, the Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Uteti, and colleagues, all protocols of the host, Chief Principal of Kisumu National Polytechnic, Madam Catherine Ronye. We are really pleased to have our chief guests that have arrived. So I will straight go into the official program and request that I can see people are, just line up. So we will do quickly, we will do Kenya National Anthem, the East African Anthem, and immediately after that, the people that you see right in front of us are going, because we are going to make a prayer, and they are going to give a number of entertainment, a number, and then we. So please, but appears if you allow, let us rise up for the national anthem and the East African.
Justice,
for there is none other like you. Thank you for this day and this time, for you have never brought your people together without a purpose. We bless you for the purpose of this gathering has been accomplished. We therefore surrender ourselves to your hands for the remaining part of the program, even as we get into the official opening, that you guide us. Thank you for our chief guest. Thank you for his entire entourage, all the dignitaries, for bringing them safely to grace this occasion. Thank you, Father, for you have done this to your glory. For it is in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. Let's have our seat, and then we'll request the choir to give an honor. Thank you very much.
chief guest today, Mr. Alfred Cheriot, who is the Principal Secretary for Post Training and Skills Development. All protocols observed. Allow me to make some introductions so that you can know who are participating in this very honorable event. I will start with the host, which is the Kisumu National Polytechnic, and this is led by the principal, Mrs. Catherine Kiloni. She can just introduce your members.
Good afternoon. Kisumu National Polytechnic staff who are within. Let's step forward and say your name, please.
I'm Charles Opio, Deputy Principal Administration.
Thank you. Mrs. Catherine Pelonia, which is Principal Kisumu National.
We have the Kisumu National Polytechnic students here. Yes, just raise your hand. Thank you very much. Our chief guest, we also have participants from Kazi Mtaani. You know, Kazi Mtaani is a presidential project. We have many youths across the country who have been participating in this project, and today they are here. I just want them to wave. Those from Kazi Mtaani, are you there? Thank you very much. We also have mentors on entrepreneurship present with us here. Our chief guest, just before you came in, we had a mentorship program, and the youth were taken through a number of issues on how to start business and so forth and so forth. We have mentors who did this work very well, and I just want to introduce you to the chief guest. The mentors were there. Maybe just say your name. You have done a great job this morning.
Good afternoon. My name is Asali Mohamed Ramadan, CEO of Salmax Creations. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for this opportunity. With honor, sir, my name is Leden Nyakinya, Director, Leon Limited. The CEO is not around today. We'll be at Kabete. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Alex Olundo. I was a former student here. I'm the Director, Olex Technology Enterprises.
Thank you very much. Our chief guest, we have a staff from the State Department for Post Training and Skills Development, led by the Secretary Technical, Dr. Anyiru Karioki. Just want those who are around just to stand for the chief guest and sit. Maybe they just you can mention my name. The other guest
to the chief guest and all protocols observed, my name is Abednego Kamandi, State Department for Post Training and Skills Development. Thank you.
Just behind you.
Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Ndege. I work in the State Department as Head of Internal Audit.
Thank you very much. We also have representatives from the State Department for Vocational and Technical Training. here with us. And I'll just want the two officers that are here and just mention their names.
Thank you. On a guest of honor, Monyango Fanuel, currently the County Director, TVET, Kisumu, and Siaya counties.
Thank you very much. We also have representatives from the State Department for Interior and Government Coordination here, and I just want them to give their names.
Good morning, sir. My name is John Cheriot. I'm the Deputy County Commissioner of Kisumu Central.
Thank you very much. We have a representative from the county government who has come to represent the governor during this meeting. That's point. Honorable Awiti, introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is John Awiti. I'm here on behalf of our governor because I'm heading the Department of Education and Training.
And the chief guest, we have our main partners in this event, which is the Kenya National Enterpreneurship Exhibitions, and the main partners that we have come with here, and they are here led by their Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Richard Mateti. Just want him to introduce himself and his team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Principal Secretary. All protocols observed. My name is Richard Mateti. I'm the Chief Executive of the Kenya National Federation of Junkali Associations, the home of innovators and skills in this country and in the region. I would like my team to introduce themselves for the PS to see who is here. We start with the head of programs, who has been working very closely with the State Department for Post-Training and Skills Development.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chief Guest. Yes, my name is Nyamai Wapua. I head programs and linkages at the Kenya National Federation of Junkali Associations. I'm also the technical focal point for the East Africa Confederation of Micro and Small Enterprises Organization. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We go to Patricia.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. I'm Patricia Mwende. I'm the head of textiles in the Federation. I'm also head of exhibitions. And in the other body that is in charge of exhibitions in East Africa, I'm the Secretary General, Kenya Chapter. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Chief guest, we have a representative from the State Department of Youth who are here today, and I would like to ask them to introduce themselves. Anybody from the State Department for Youth? Yes. Director is here.
Thank you very much. Our chief guest, my name is George Bogo, Director Youth Development, that is Director in the State Department for Youth, representing the PS, Charles Tunguli, and I also have my counterpart, Regional Coordinator Nyanza. Say hi.
Good afternoon. I'm Kalwa Joshua Tieno,
the Regional Coordinator, Youth Affairs, Nyanza. Thank you.
Asante.
And lastly, our chief guest, I would like to introduce the fourth estate members who are here, and they're doing a great job here. Probably just introduce yourself, the fourth estate. Lydia.
Good afternoon. My name is Isigi Cyril from Adco Studios, an independent company in Western Region. Thank you, sir.
Another one? Okay. Thank you very much. We have principals for technical and vocational colleges and national polytechnics who are also here, or their representatives. I can see the principal for Kabete is here. Just introduce yourself.
Chief guest, TS, Post Training and Skills Development. My name is Okumu John Wikiambo, currently Principal for the National Polytechnic, and also Chair of all principals within CATI of Qualification Awarding Institutions. Thank you. Congratulate Kisumu Polytechnic for hosting this event. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, and that's the end of our introduction. As you can see, we have a full house, well represented from all the state departments involved, and also from the county government. Now, our chief guest, allow me now to call upon the principal for Kisumu National Polytechnic, Mrs. Catherine Kelonya, to give an opening remark and welcoming us in this place. Thank you, Madam Principal, you're welcome.
Thank you. Chief guest, Principal Secretary, State Department for Post-Training and Skills Development, and all protocol observed, good afternoon. I take this opportunity to warmly welcome all of us to the Kisumu National Polytechnic on this great occasion, and I would wish to state that the Kisumu National Polytechnic fraternity is proud to host this event. I'm proud for the major reason that we are able to bring and integrate groups of youth who are already out in the field and those who are just about to proceed after completion of their exams. We are happy that we are dealing with the Federation of Diwakali Association, and I believe the CEO, Mr. Richard Muteti, you can see that you have a full basket of youth. We have had a very rich session of mentorship this morning, and I believe all the youth who participated have a good message to share with their brothers and sisters who did not attend this event. Kisumu National Polytechnic held our first ever national skills competition in June, and it was very successful. So, being also the first institution to host, we are very proud that we are associated with the skills competition, and that is the spirit of competency-based education and training. We have developed several curricula, and I believe all national polytechnics and TVET institutions are taking the lead in implementation of competency-based education and training. With those few remarks, I still state that welcome to the Kisumu National Polytechnic. We have ushers around in case you need any form of help. You will be assisted. For the washrooms, we have an extension for ladies on the left and an extension for gents on the right. I believe we are all enjoying our stay here, and please feel free to come back another time. Karibuni Kisumu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Principal, for that warm welcoming remark. Our chief guest this morning, as we just had informed you, we had mentorship ongoing at this place, and we just want to get feedback from two of the participants during this mentorship. I will want one from the Kisumu National Polytechnic and another one from the Kazi Mtaani. We have Atieno Marcelin, a second year in fashion design, who want to give a feedback from Kisumu National Polytechnic. Atieno, are you here? Yes. As Atieno is coming, Moses, are you please be preparing yourself in the next one. The next after Atieno Marcelin.
Thank you to our peers, to our dear Madam Principal, and all protocol observed. Good afternoon. I am so much grateful for this day. We began with our guests who are speaking to us and giving us advice on how they manage to do their businesses through entrepreneurship, and they've grown to a good level and they're still growing. I'm grateful for what I learned also from our brother Salim, our guest Salim, who told us about how he began at a very lower pace when he began his business, and he met a lot of challenges on his way, but he never stopped his working, and he was so much encouraged and continued with the work until now. He's still on with it. So the big thing that I learned from him is that there is a point that everybody begins, and where you begin does not matter where you're going to. If you persist in your work and you do it with the love for your work, you will go ahead and be the best person whom you've never been. We can start from a very poor background. We will go until the place that we want to be if we are determined with what we are doing. So we also taught us that there are challenges on the way. There are things that we are meeting on the way that can hinder your work, the business that you've begun, but that should not stop us from achieving what we want. I was so much encouraged with that, and I know that if I go outside and begin my job, I can open a company that just as he did. Since I'm also a fashion designer, I can begin as his. And I know that I'm going to meet challenges. He told us that he met challenges like he was being stolen several times, but he never stopped from there. He continued. So I know even if I meet such kind of challenges, I won't stop from there. I'll start from any other beginning so that I can continue and be the person who I want. I can also be an employer at some point. He was whom he has employed, and there is no difference between us. It's only time. And if we persist in what we are doing, we are able to grow from that. Otherwise, I am so much blessed. I'm grateful for this event. May you all be blessed.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Now I want to invite Moses Ayub from sub-county, who's coming from sub-county Kisumu East, Kazi Mtaani.
Thank you. Through the Principal Secretary, all the protocols observed, good afternoon. I take this opportunity to thank the organizers of this event. It couldn't have come at a better time than this. We are so much privileged to be in attendance of it. I'm Ayub Moses, formerly a supervisor within Kazi Mtaani and a beneficiary of the government project. We indeed had a very interactive session in the morning, and we are so much blessed that we had mentors almost our age
who came to share with us the success stories. And indeed, at the bottom, what we can know is that success is not destined to only a few individuals, but anyone can make it, whatever or wherever you come from. We had a special message from Lenem, who says, you may be good in something, you may be doing it well, but how best will others know your ability? It's only when you go out and you take the risk. And I pointed to the story in the Bible where you can take a good lamp and place it under the bed, but the light won't be seen. But should you put it up, the light shall be seen and everyone will enjoy the light. And I also like, with special interest, the second presentation done by Sally, where we are encouraged that must have perseverance all the time. You are going to face challenges as a youth. You are going to say there are financial obstacles. People are going to demoralize you. You're going to have all sorts of things that are being told by your friends. Some of your friends may even run away from you. But once you have that perseverance and persistence and commitment, you're going to move even the mountains. Above all, we should always be prayerful, and because we believe in the power of the Almighty. Thank you so much. I believe we are enjoying the sessions. May the Almighty be with you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Can we have one of the mentors just within just 2 minutes to just highlight a few things? One of the mentors. Who was that? Just 1 minute.
Good afternoon. I don't know where to start that. As a principal and chief guest, mine is very short. We've run a long way. I run a company called Salmax Creations that employs 21 people. 13 of them are men, 8 of them are ladies. We deal in fashion and design in the line of textile industry. We face so many things that we've been talking with our youths here. We've come all 18 years until today. It has not been easy for us to reach where we are today. But through perseverance, through hard working, today we are being recognized that we are one of the best companies that works in the tailoring industry within this region and even within the whole country. In the top 100s, I think that Salman's Creation will appear among the top fashion design house in Kenya. If you've never stitched, if you've never had your suit or your dress done with Salman's Creation, then maybe this is the right time for you to know who is Salman's Creation. Like I told you earlier, I started with 600 shillings. After so many things happened, one of my shops was burned 4 times with everything inside, which I lost a lot of money, a lot of things. But through consistency, that we are still alive, and God has mercy on us, we are able to push. And today, I'm very much privileged with that. I employ 21 people that are getting bread from our company. My company is working 24 hours. Due to COVID, we managed to arrange that some people, 10 of them will be working during the day, 8 of them will be working during the night. So as much as COVID-19 affected so many companies, I'll be very much grateful to say that my company was not affected. Only maybe our customers, but our work has been going on as usual. Another thing that I want to say that with the Kisumu National Polytechnic, we've been working together in the industry. I'm the chair of Industry Advisory Board, and through that, we've learned so many things that we have to mentor these youths so that tomorrow they can have skills when they go outside there, they can get jobs and they can create their own jobs. Without that, then we are doing nothing. Right now, we have a program with the Kisumu National Polytechnic whereby we have an exchange program whereby we want to mentor youth, we want trainees to come for internship, we want even the trainers themselves to come and train from us because the difference, the ground is different. Whatever we are doing today is not what we used to do 10, 15 years back. So we are having this program whereby, exchange program whereby we'll be having trainers and trainees to come at our place to experience, to know how we are doing. And partly 2-3 years ago, we've been having students from Kisumu National Polytechnic, and they've been very much successful. I want to thank Chief Principal for the opportunity that she has given us to be one of their partners in this institution. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you. So our chief guest today, I know from this event we shall be in Nairobi, and I just saw the principal for Kabete National Polytechnic around. I don't know they're still there. You may want to greet us. He has already moved out. Okay. We shall move forward. Okay. Okay, he's reminding me that there's one mentor called Professor Alex Ondundo who has not spoken. He just want to have 3 minutes to say something. Alex, karibu.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. The PS Principal Kisumu Polytechnic and all people observed. I'm called Alex Odundo. As I told you, I was once a student here, and right now I'm the director of Olex Technology, which is basically dealing with innovations. I'm called back here to share my story with you people because of the work that I've done from the Polytechnic here and as well outside there. But just maybe to ask the students here and maybe the youths who are looking for job out there, how many people are learning what they loved when they were 10 years old? Do you have such people here? By show of hand. So I think mostly I say that that's where we go wrong most of the time, because we need to know what a child is able to do when he's 10 years old, so that the parents and the teachers are able to guide them in the right direction. And so that one makes us lose a lot of our students, because they go learn things that they never love or they never have interest in. But they do things because maybe the aunt was doing that, or maybe father was doing that, and it makes us lose a lot of potential young people who are very innovative in the market out there. I like sharing some principles with my employees, and these principles, some of my colleagues have talked about them, and I also wish to maybe stress about them, so that when you go out there, you know some of the principles that you need to apply, so that you get to fit this life. One of the principles is discipline. In all that you do, it's very important that you become a disciplined person, because that will help you a lot in achieving some of your goals. One need to be determination and resilient. You need to be determined about what you're doing. And as you say, and you heard him say, he was resilient, and that's why he's still doing his business. You need to be a hardworking person. In anything that you do, if you're not hardworking, then you achieve very little, and so it becomes meaningless. One need to be creative and innovativeness. Like he said, when he started selling the shirts, he could think about just taking a plain shirt sleeve and blending it with a checked shirt sleeve, and that made some good sales, because his products were very unique in the market. And so these are some of the things that I'm all the time encouraging young men to look into. Are you creative in whatever you're doing? Because I know what you're doing, many other people are doing them. But unless you become creative enough, you may not compete with other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. And the most very important thing that I always tell my people, or maybe the youth, is loving what you're doing. That's very, very important, because like I started, if you didn't know what you wanted to do, and you come to college without knowing what you want to do, then you start becoming confused. You do a course after 4 years, then you leave it there. You start doing another thing that now you feel now you are very interested in. I had a lady who was talking about, she found that she was passionate about something else, different from what she learned in school. And I've heard this story for very many times. So I think one thing that is very important is loving what you want to do or what you're doing. That is the key to success stories. As we're here, creative jobs is an easy thing, but again, it's a very difficult thing. Because sometimes we think too much, we think so big that we cannot handle. And that's one of the things that sometimes prevent us from achieving or maybe starting a business, because the business that we're thinking about is worth millions of shillings. And you can't get that millions of shillings, even if you go to the bank. If you want a loan from the bank, they'll first ask you to give them your statement, and you must be saving there. Where do you save money? Where do you save what you don't have? So one thing is creating your business, is solving a problem that is next to you. Sometimes it's just something that is at your doorstep. So you start from that point, and as you do that, people will be seeing you, and you need to share your idea with people. I know some people are very afraid in sharing ideas, but it's very important, because that also makes people know you. It opens ways for you, so that you are able to showcase what you are able to do. I know, because time is short, maybe I can share about my achievements so far. When I started my business, it took some time, because when you start a business, it's like a plane that's taking off. Sometimes it staggers, and before it takes off to the higher level, it can fall. So that happens several times, just as we had some of my colleagues talk about. But because of persistence and resilience, we managed to succeed. I've sold a lot of my products across the country and outside the country. I've exported machines to Uganda, Madagascar, Tanzania. I've created a lot of job opportunities across the country, because my machine is purchased, and youth are being employed to work in those machines, and I'm very happy about that. Otherwise, I would want maybe to just for maybe a word of advice to our government, just maybe trying to work on some policies, so that we have easy way of starting our businesses, and again, they create more opportunities. maybe financial ability to help young people who have some ideas that need financial support to help them grow in their businesses. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we have a very short time, and the next speakers, please will take a very short time so that we can have our chief guest give his keynote because of the time. Now I want to invite from TVET, Mr. Fadil Onyango, who is County Director for Vocational Technical Training, just a short time.
Good afternoon again, everybody. I'm a chief guest. Mine is short. Little I've seen, many of us have talents. Count your blessing as a talent. I'll just give one or two narrations. One, I saw my brother's kid. He did Form 4, he did do well. He joined me in a technical place. He did artisan electrical. And on the day of graduation, nikamwambia, hii ndio nakupatia. That thing you use ukifinya hivi inaonyesha light, that's screwdriver. I don't know what it is. Inaitwa nini? Tester. Nikamwambia wewe hii. But I gave him one advice. It is service industry. Maintain integrity. It is service industry. Maintain integrity. And my friends, with this artisan, na nikamsponsor solar for 3 months. Tembea Naivasha. The guy is in high demand. I may recruit 3 other people. That's 1. 2. I was head of his institution, and we saw through a student alimaliza diploma. Walimu wakampigia mchango, anatoka West Pokot. Wakamnunulia some tools ya building. 6 years down the line, he's now employing 200 people. But we told him, hii hapana AK-47 with due respect to the Pokot. Jokingly we told him, hii hapana AK-47, hii ni ya kufanya nini? Mijengo. But maintain integrity. He's now employing 200 people, procurement, receptionist, and majority are what? They're technicians. Welcome to Kisumu City, and as you pursue your dream, may God bless you.
Now I want to invite Honorable Awiti, who is the minister in the Kisumu County, to just say something.
Our chief guest, peers, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard my name is John Awiti, the County Executive Committee member in charge of Education, ICT, and Human Capacity Development. And I told you that this workshop could have been attended by our governor himself because of the nature the liberation that's going to be here. But he's outside the country, and now, because this falls within my docket, I'm requested to represent county government. So on behalf of our governor, on behalf of the government of Kisumu County, I take this opportunity to welcome you to Kisumu City. The Chief Principal welcome you into National Polytechnic Kisumu. I'm welcoming you to Kisumu City and Kisumu County. Please feel welcome. Our guest speaker, I would want to state that we as the county government, we are very proud of the national government because of the realization that we Kenyans went wrong some other time. There was a time that Kenyans were mad, mesmerized with university education, and we left the TVET and the areas that are going to help us get involved in entrepreneurship behind. To an extent that later we realize that the graduates now from the universities now are facing a lot of challenges. Like, for example, the director was just given here. In my village, 8 years ago, 2 boys went to school and did an exam, and one did very well according to our standard and went to one of our universities. Another one did not do very well for the admission for the university and came to Kisumu Polytechnic. As I speak to you, this one who came to Polytechnic Kisumu is the employer to the graduate that went to the university. So at that time of the result at school, the one who came here was clapping for the one who passed very well. But right now, at the end of the month, who is clapping for who? The graduate is clapping for this other one who came from Polytechnic. So we take note that innovation and entrepreneurship needs skills and empowerment. And we at the county level, you are aware, we are dealing with vocational training. That is the ECD of TVET. And if you had the chief principal putting up a good explanation here, what came out is that as we emphasize more now, there is still a good number of our youth that are not getting the opportunity to pursue some kind of training. And we need to address this, because our national polytechnics, our TTIs, are not enough to take care of all those that may have not gotten opportunity to go for further studies. So we need to sensitize our youth so that they understand that there is also vocational training centers that are looking forward for them to join. And in our vocational training centers, PS, we are very happy to partner with the national government to actualize the TVET, so that we produce learners that have the market-driven skills, because our instructors need more training, and we need to partner so that we assisted here, so that they get the right skills as they give them to the learners in those institutions. We are also feeling that we need to review the curriculum of the vocational training centers so that there is more industrial attachment, because TVET should not be too much theoretical. When you come out, then you still face a lot of challenges. And the participants who are here, is we want to remind you that the youth need to be sensitized so that they understand that county governments have what we call AGPO, Youth Access to Government Opportunities, which is taking about 30%, and would want the youth to come forward. But remember, you can also only come forward when you have the skills for what you are going to do. County governments also have the youth, women, people living with disability empowerment. But what our people lack is sensitization so that they can come and get some of these funds, which can help them now get involved in entrepreneurship. As a county, PS, we want to also tell you that we try as much to make our input by sponsoring a good number of these learners that join the TVET institutions by giving them scholarship, giving them bursary. And in Kisumu County, we have a special case. We have what we call Kisumu Marine School that is having special training skills where we as a Kisumu County government have decided to sponsor every year 70 learners, one boy, one girl from every ward, so that they get all this. So that because we now believe that we need people who can get involved in job creation instead of just normal knowledge which challenge our people finally when they leave colleges. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, feel welcome, and we are very happy with Kisumu National Polytechnic Kisumu for hosting the TVET programs. I'm always coming here, PS, on weekly basis on this kind of workshop, which is enlightening our people to know how to better their lives. And as the previous speakers have put it here now, your destiny is in your hand. Nobody else will come from anywhere to tell you where you get it. The skill, if you look at yourself very well, you will find that God gave you a special skill. What the PS and the team is trying to do is to make you understand yourself better so that you can create for yourself employment and live decent life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Witi. Thank you. Now we want to invite the representative of the PS Interior, who is also Deputy County Commissioner in Kisumu, to come and give a speech. Mr. John Cheriot.
Okay, thank you very much. Our chief guests, PS Sir, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is John Cheriot. I'm the Deputy County Commissioner Kisumu Central, and I stand here on behalf of the County Commissioner Kisumu. Sir, may I take this opportunity to, on behalf of our office, to welcome you to Kisumu and say that really you chose Kisumu County and Kisumu Polytechnic to host this very important training exhibition. So you have seen it when we were out there during the exhibition, how Kisumu are placed in terms of skills, in terms of innovations, the very few who are here. There are many, many others who are out there and doing wonderful in terms of skills and innovations. What they really need and what they want is more trainings, sharpening of their skills, and also market in terms of what they can sell their products, and also how to grow more, especially the youth who are here. So as a county, we really feel honored that you are here, and that this training is taking place in Kisumu. For these ladies and gentlemen who are here, they are going to be our ambassadors when they get out there so that they train more others. And we want to thank institutions. So, you know, when you told us as we were going through with the Kisumu Mtaani, to look for institutions also to support, to train Kisumu Mtaani youth. So most of the institutions from the private sector, they came up and they were willing to take up that group, and we really want to appreciate. I just want to touch on the Kisumu Mtaani, which we there are quite a number of them who are here. In our pilot phase, we had almost 202,300 participants. And all of them, they were drawn from our informal settlement within Kisumu, almost 15 informal settlements within Kisumu. And in our second phase, we had 7,000 youths. And quite a number of them, they also had skills, the skills that needs now to be sharpened, to be improved. And we believe this program comes in handy to support the youth who are here. Just to say one or two fruits that we saw, I just want to mention two. We managed to plant 16,695 seedlings through this group of Kisumu. And it was a plus to us. And painted 2 schools. You can imagine we have painters inside the group. Among the group of Kisumu, we painted 2 schools, and that was done by Kisumu youths. So, meaning they have the skills. We need to build on these skills. So today I think is your day. Just to mention one thing is that us as a county, through our departments, different state departments, we have managed to work as a multi-agency, to adopt multi-agency strategy to ensure that, one, we educate the youth on these issues to do with the skills. When we were doing Kisumu, just before we start the day on Kisumu, we had various professionals coming to talk to them, to tell them how to hone their skills, right from youth office, through our TVET office, and many, many others who participated through CASI, our multi-agency strategy. So we still continue working on it. And through also our ministry, the structure, we've managed to continuously educate the public through our barasas, through our public engagements, so that our youths are able to be brought on board. And as we are, it is indeed with the sharpening of the skills and also improvement in terms of training, we expect our youths to continuously start now working on their own and develop their skills. So otherwise, finally, of course, producing or having a secure environment, an enabling environment for all in terms of business, in terms of institutions, to grow our skills and to grow our business. So I think the day is yours. Mine is just saying welcome to Kisumu and an entire team from Nairobi. And we want to say we are grateful. We are grateful. Thank you and may God bless you.
Asante sana. Thank you very much, Deputy County Commissioner Kisumu. I now want to welcome Mr. Elisha Abeka, who is representing the Principal Secretary for Vocational and Technical Training, to give remarks. Karibu sana, Mr. Abeka.
Thank you, Dr. Guest of honor, yes. All protocols observed. Good afternoon. So we are happy to have chosen the TVET institution to host these National Enterpreneurship Exhibitions. And welcome again. So what we are doing here is to operationalize the Office of Career Services in TVET institutions, and also to link the trainees with the opportunity available in informal sector and formal. And here we are requesting the entrepreneurs who are here to be taking our trainees for internship and attachment. And that is one of the best ways by which our trainees are going to learn of how to go entrepreneurial. Our training is competency based. TVET institutions do not only have machines and equipment. which are modernized in the country, but even in the whole region. Before Corona, we had almost 6 African countries coming to Kenya to benchmark. We had Uganda, we had Malawi, we had Ghana, we had Ivory Coast, and others. You heard our CS mentioning that when the students were being admitted into our universities, 6,000 opted for TVET institutions. That tells you how important is TVET. And I'm sure, even here, and other national polytechnics, those who have graduated in engineering degrees in our national universities are coming back to use our equipments here, and they are doing diploma programs. That tells you the importance of our TVET. I heard some people were asking why Kisumu Poly did not admit students in September. It was not only Kisumu Poly. All national polytechnics which had more than 10,000 students were given a directive not to admit. Go to Kabete, you will find we never admitted students in September. Go to Kenya Coast, we never admitted students in September. Why? The policy of the government, national polytechnics, should have a maximum of 10,000 students. The government has a policy that every constituency must have a TVET institution. Therefore, we cannot overload the equipments in our TVET institutions in towns. That policy allows those who are not capable of paying accommodation fee in TVET institutions just to come from their homes and go to TVET institutions. Our TVET institutions have got the modernized more than even our universities. And if you are keen in the TVs, even professors are saying somebody sleeps, wakes up, takes money from university and takes to TVET. It is not that way. It is the government policy. Our pyramid used to be upside down. One engineer should have 5 technologists. And one technologist should have 27 technicians. But before we changed, the pyramid was upside down. You can find 10 engineers, but you will never get technicians and artisans. Britain Brexit from Europe, targeting our graduates from TVET. They don't target engineers from university. They target our TVET graduates. Early last month, you saw there were no fuel in the filling stations in Britain. Why? The fuels were there, but they didn't have drivers to drive those tankers to take fuel. Because those who are driving were coming from other European countries. Britain targeted Kenya as one of its colonies to export. Canadians gave us a chance to export people in plumbing to Canada. The indent we were given, we couldn't meet. And that is why the government has decided to equip our TVET institutions so that we can have competency-based trainees. Today's event is an opportunity for industry, SMEs, to interact with the TVET institution by giving mentorship programs for the graduate classes. And may I encourage the entrepreneurs who are here, you are allowed to partner with the National Polytechnic, not only National Polytechnic, even RIAD, any TVET institution. You can come and use the machines, but it must be formalized. You are encouraged to come and use the facilities of TVET institutions. This our equipments and machines are not only for training, but they are also for production. Thank you for listening, and welcome to TVET. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. We shall have a choir preparing to give a number, but before they just come in, I just want to invite Mr. George Mbogo, who is representing the Political Secretary for State Department for Youth. Say something, then the choir, please be preparing yourself. After Mr. Mbogo will be coming in. Karibu.
Asante sana. Our chief guest, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, and the youth. Habari yenu? Youth muko? Mpo, atumsiki mpo. Because this is more so you are fallen. It is you are fallen because you are mostly the ones who are being mentored now. That's why we also have very many programs as government using or through various state departments so that you are able to realize your potential. So I said my name is George Mbogo, Director Youth Development in charge of entrepreneurship and skills and development. So I'm here on behalf of our PS, Charles Sunguli, who was not able to come due to some other official engagement. So he told me when I come here, I start by thanking the organizers of this particular function for inviting the State Department for youth, because most of this is a function for youth. And let me say, on my side, I'm actually very excited by this particular organization of this forum because they are our mentors. Because I think that's something we have been missing. In most of the meetings you go and people are discussing about creating jobs or about entrepreneurship. People come, they give lectures. Tough ones from entrepreneurial books and dictionaries. But the issue of how to really actualize has been a big challenge. And what we know in our country is those people who are really moving the economy are those people you are referring to as entrepreneurs. Those people who are having small businesses or even micro businesses are actually the ones who are moving our economy. Previously, we have been saying that there are some jobs which are for dwarfs. Mnajua hivyo? Youth polytechnics. I remember when the government started reviving the youth polytechnics in 2007, we would go to the field. I was there in youth polytechnics. And we would find the managers of youth polytechnics, now we are calling them vocational training centers. And during the introduction, a manager would start and mention his or her name and not even say who he is or where he works. Because they were not proud for those particular institutions. But as time goes now, all of us have realized that the way to go is the TVET way. The way to go is the entrepreneurial way. That's why I'm saying I'm very happy. Because of the mentors who have been here and they have talked to us so that the youth realize that it is possible. Because I know some youth at times are asking, why are these relatively old people telling us to create jobs? How many have they created themselves? But you see, remember, after independence, the issue was, wewe soma na bidii. Ukimaliza, upata kazi nzuri sana. That was the aspect. But now things have changed. There is no way that many of us cannot be employed. We need more employers and those who are being employed. So what we are saying is as many of us as possible need now to have that attitude of creating jobs more than waiting for the jobs. So the PS knows that the exhibitions are essential, for they will give participants a thorough understanding of youth hopes, aspirations, and resilience, which is critical in our realization of what today's youth aspire to do and how they manage themselves in the current social, economic, and political landscape. I won't repeat or I won't tell you how many we are, but we know the youth are majority in this particular country. And being the majority, then you are the ones who should have the biggest say in whatever is happening in this particular country. Remember, as youth, if you want to be, one of you will be the president. If you decide, he is the one who will be the president of Kenya. But sometimes now the problem is you are told to register as voters. Many of us even refuse to even register. So how, for example, will you participate if you have not done that? So the PS notes that today's youth are faced with challenges such as unemployment, underemployment, lack of employable skills, poor health, insufficient socio-economic support, drug abuse, crime, limited access to ICT, especially those in difficult to reach areas such as rural areas and indigenous communities. Those are just a few challenges youth of this particular country are facing. And they note that the situation is actually aggravated by the COVID-19 pandemic, which we are all aware of, which has actually resulted to a good number of our youth losing their jobs, others being affected mentally, a lot of gender-based violence, even killing one another. We have seen many families have separated as a result of that. We have seen teenage pregnancies increasing, and generally we have even seen people killing themselves because of that. However, we note that the State Department for Youth coordinates the implementation of the Youth Development Policy, which was launched last year, and it is through the implementation of that policy that we have many youth programs and activities in our country or across the country. I just want to mention some few programs, activities we have. One is that project which has donated the shirt I'm wearing to you. You must have heard of it, KEOP. KEOP is in 17 counties, and Kisumu is one of them. Actually, Nyanza here has an advantage because they have 3 counties which are implementing the Kenya Youth Employment and Opportunities Project, where they have helped many youths to get employable skills, to match the skills which they get with the available jobs. And also, KEOP also assists them to get attachment. And that's where we have many being employed in various places, like in textile industry, in the hotels, in the security line, in the salons, and such like other institutions. So, we also note some other programs, activities the government has, which is more so geared towards empowering the youth, women, and persons living with disabilities, includes various affirmative action funds. In the morning, when our mentors were discussing the issues, there is one youth who said he's aware of the youth fund. But the challenge, he said, is that it's a bit difficult to get the funds. Let me tell you, it's not that difficult. But there are criteria, or there is a criteria which is set. You have to meet that. So that's also the seriousness you have can be seen in whatever you want to do. Otherwise, if it's so simple, then most of us would come, most of us would go for that money. And once they get money, then you will not be able to pay. So it's also important to note that once you get this money from the government, it is also your duty to pay so that the others will also benefit. It's important for us to know that the many institutions, including the government, are having various opportunities for the youth. But remember, once you get to the age of 35, you are no longer a youth. So if you have not utilized whatever is available for you, and as you wait to get to 70 years, so that you go now to the social protection. That time is the yes, so the best thing is use these opportunities which are filled for you as a youth when you are youth. Because later on you will not be saying, I wish I knew. And the one thing I want to emphasize here is, the issue is not how much money you have to start a business. I have an example of my new brother. Alikataa shule akiwa class 3. Na akapigwa sana na mamangu. Alikuwa mkali sana the rate. Akampiga, alikuwa anampeleka mpaka kwa shule. Lakini akiona sasa amebakiza just a few steps afike na kumenyesha, anajimwaa kwa matope anafanya hivi. So what would you do if you are the one? So wewe unaenda tu na muacha. You don't know hiyo siku atamalizia wapi, but of course in the evening anakuja. So it went that way, akakatalia shule akiwa form 3. So he went on. One time, he was quite disciplined, other than the issue of the school, he was also very bright in school. But one time, we realized he had started a small shop. But later on we realized, alikuwa na save when he used to go for some vibarua hapa na pale. So he had 5,000 akaanza shop. The mother akaona sasa lazima nisaidie huyu. Kwa sababu wengine wamesoma, huyu hajasoma. The mother akamuongezea akampea 25,000. So it's like this person started his business, that was 2008 with 30,000. These days actually he has more wealth than me. Na mimi nimesoma mpaka masters. And I've been employed all through since 1993. Okay, the issue of the money again may not only be the measure of how successful you are. So as you look for the money, also look at other social aspects. Because I realize these days again, vijana wamekataa kuoa, vijana wamekataa kuolewa, wamekataa kupata watoto. So unaona wanaendelea, hakikisha 40 years. Sasa mtu akifikisha 52 ana realize by the way, I ought to have had a child. When you are 52, I have a case like that one. Where now that really has really problem because ameambiwa unless operation ifanywe ili atolewe hizo fibroids, anasema hapana, lazima nipate mtoto kwanza. Anakuwa sasa utapata aje wewe na uko 53 years old. So it's also serious. So tutafute pesa, but as we also look for money, tuangalie the other social aspects. So I've talked of the Youth Enterprise Development Fund. We also have as a government others like USO Fund. USO Fund is actually managed by our youth officers at the constituency level. So you must have heard of the Women Enterprise Development Fund. It may not be directly for the youth, but the youth are also included. That one is under the Ministry of Gender. You must have heard of the GAF, National Government Affirmative Action Fund, which is also there for those young people who are disadvantaged in one way or the other. Remember I said once you get this money, you make sure you also pay. So building of the capacity of young business entrepreneurs is also our role as youth department to adjust their business operations to prevailing realities as well as tap into opportunities available. And more so this time when we are having the COVID-19. So the issue of kazi mtaani has really been talked a lot, and I'm happy to note here it has worked because we can see fruit. You can also see those people really underwent through that particular project of the government. At our constituency levels, we have institutions we refer to as youth empowerment centers. Hapa Kisumu Central tuko na moja, very few meters from here, Rotary, Rotary Youth Empowerment Center, which is very active. And the purpose of these centers is to have a one-stop shop, so that as many as possible of our youths can go there and get some skills and get the knowledge. When they have the activity, they can also use those halls to exchange ideas. You must have heard of the AGIPO, access to government procurement opportunities, to help again youths get the tenders which are availed by the government, whether it is national government or county governments. I know at times youth wanasema hapa, so zingine they are not paid on time. So we hope that one will improve as we move on, and the government of course is making, or the treasury is trying to do all what is possible to make sure that they adjust that, so that these AGIPO groups are given priority when it comes to being paid. Remember, your share is 30% of all these government tenders, but if you refuse to take them, of course they will be taken by others, because that's a and the organization must get stationery from somebody. So it is your duty to really do that. Through the State Department for ICT, we do Ajira Digital capacity building in relation to ICTs. And we have very many of our youths across the country who have gotten all their jobs through that. So the PS also told me that I thank the State Department for Post-Training and Skills Development for the innovative way of promoting entrepreneurial culture in this particular county. He notes that as a State Department for Youth,
we are willing and ready to collaborate with you on matters relating to youth development and empowerment. And the parting shot is that Franklin Roosevelt, 32nd President of the USA, one time he said that we cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. And I think that's what this forum is doing, so that we will not be saying that our parents are always supposed to build houses for us, they are supposed to buy land for us, and our sweet Abuja are have to enjoy. Let's from the start be the ones who will do that, but once we have been empowered, as we also empower ourselves. So I wish to stop at that, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Our chief guest, just before we invite you and CEO Kenya Federation for your party, it was a feeling that we have just entertainment, just one phone. If you allow, they can come in. We're ready to stay. Karibuni kwaya.
Well done, faithful servant.
now I would like to invite Mr. Richard Muteti, who is the CEO of the Kenya National Federation of Juakali, to come and give his remark. Karibu sana, Mr. Muteti. Welcome.
Chief guest, Principal Secretary Alfred Cheroyet, Principal Secretary, State Department for Post-Training and Skills Development, representatives of various government institutions, including the representative of the State Department for Youth, the representative for the State Department for Interior, the representative for the vocational training, technical training, stakeholders, various stakeholders here, our hosts, Madam Principal of the Kisumu National Polytechnic, the Principal for Kapete Polytechnic, who is our next host on Wednesday, the County Director for Vocational and Technical Training, training in Kisumu, and the representative of the county government. I'm Jamboni. My name is Richard Muteti, as you have heard, and I'm the Chief Executive of the Kenya National Federation of Juakali Associations. The Federation is a key partner in this very wonderful inaugural initiative that is coordinated between ourselves and the State Department. In this forum, I wear various hats. I'm also the head of secretariats of the East Africa Community Confederation of Micro and Small Enterprise Organization. I head the East Africa Community Market Access Program for Small Businesses, and I chair the Comensa Business Council SME work group for the 19 countries. I'm very happy to be here with you today. Madam Principal, I'm very happy to this being my first visit into your institution. Chief guest, Kisumu Polytechnic is one of the flagship institutions for the World Bank ISTRIP program, whose regional representative in the regional committee. Now, I want to take this opportunity first to congratulate Kisumu Polytechnic for hosting the first National Enterpreneurship Exhibition initiative. Thank you very much and congratulations, Kisumu Polytechnic. I know as a reminder that this initiative is one of its kind in the country, and it is coming to fill up a gap that has been yearning for quite some time. I know it is targeting institutions, schools, universities, out-of-school youths, and many other people to benefit by gaining ideas from experienced entrepreneurs, as you have seen the innovations out there. We also note that one of the key mandates of the State Department for Post-Training and Skills Development is to coordinate and supervise skills development among various actors in this country. I want to inform you that one of the biggest stakeholder in skills development in this country is the Juakali sector. The home for innovations is the skills artisans that learn this out of their own experiences and interact with the master craftsmen out there to earn and act their living. When our chief guest today, I want us to inform you among the few programs that we are running and that are key towards building up into the success of this initiative. One of it is the 4K MSE 2030 that has brought together institutions like KIPI for the protection of indigenous innovations, KEBS for the issuance and development of standards, KIRDI for design and development, and the artisanal subsector in this country towards addressing innovation, technologies, and mass production of locally manufactured products. I would like to inform you that with the help of GIZ, the Federation developed a collaboration framework with the TVET institutions in this country, and I want to thank the Director Opora when he was the Director for TVET. We institutionalized a collaborative framework within the TVETs and all the Juakali associations around the TVET institutions for collaboration. Here in Kisumu, we have 3 very major associations. We have the Kisumu Innovators, that is chaired by a very innovative lady. I don't know if Madam Rose is here today. We normally showcases across the African continental as a lady leading a group of ladies, women entrepreneurs. They have very innovative products. We have the Kibuye, all of you know it, that is around here, and we have the Kisumu Center, Juakali associations. Bwana Chief Guest, when, as we were discussing and as I informed you, when your State Department, and I think it's the newest, or among the newest, when it was formed, my team, led by our head of programs, Bwana Wambua, and Patricia, and 2 more that are not here, retreated with your team to Kitengela River to write some documents. Among the outcomes of that retreat was the coming up of a very creative idea for youth empowerment called Ujuzi Teke Teke, or Skills on the Go. Bwana Principal Secretary, I am happy to inform you here today, but we are going now to bring it formally to your attention, that the Ujuzi Teke Teke Skills on the Go, it works this way. We have more than 2,500 associations across the country, and we have millions of youths that are languishing in the villages. So we identify the youth as per their interest, attach them to the nearest association that develops their interest. Then the youth goes through a 3-month program. Then NITA comes and certifies them. Once they are certified, the county government buys for the youth tools. And after the youth is bought tools, the Juakali sector provides the working space. It's an end-to-end program for youth empowerment, not like the desktop ones that start in the middle and end in the middle. This is a serious program that once the piloting is going on, and my team is informing me here that we are going to invite the PS and his team to Makueni, where they'll be hosted by the county government, and take them through what is happening down there. We have a program for entrepreneurship creation among the youths with the GIZ that we are piloting at Kariako Women Association, where Madam Patricia is also the chair of the Kariako Women, and they export a lot of products in the region. One chief guest, I'll tell you that the Federation is one of the biggest stakeholder in the staging and preparation of the East Africa Community Juakali Nguvukazi Exhibitions, or the Micro and Small Enterprises Trade Fair. This year, we are taking 320 innovators from Kenya to Mwanza between 2nd and 12th. And I'm informed that when a PSU invitation has already been sent to your office, so that you and your team can also participate in it, because it's an end of what we're trying to do here, towards showcasing the success stories here. Standing here as in charge of the East Africa Community Market Access Program that is going to manage that exhibition, I want to inform you here that it is my privilege, though the list of Kenyans has been closed. I have had the request from Kisumu, Polytechnic innovators that are outside there, and I have informed our officer, Madam Patricia, to open up the Kenyan list so that these innovators that are outside here can join us in Mwanza and showcase what they are showing here. So I'm sure that is going to be actualized, and because I'm in charge of the program, I'm going to make sure that that is done. But it should be done through the institution here. Another point that one chief guest you should note is that the Federation is at the forefront of advocating for the enactment of the recognition of pre-learning policy in this country. We have lobbied up to the highest office, and we would like that policy to be launched as soon as possible. The recognition of pre-learning policy enactment will mean that the innovators out there are going to be certified for the skills they have, not where they went to school. So it won't matter if you are schooled or not, as long as you have a skill that can fend for you. As long as you have a skill and a production or a service that you have innovated, you are going to be assessed
and certified, and thereby you're going then to be you're going to be appreciated by the society, and you're going to be measured as the other peers that we have. I'm happy that I've heard about the various programs that are running here. I'm happy that this initiative is starting, and so that because I'm speaking towards the last and a lot have been said, I want to inform the country that this initiative is one of the biggest initiatives that has been lacking in this country. There are a lot of initiatives for empowerment. There are a lot of skills in this country, but we have never had a coordinated approach towards identifying and upscaling them. And I want to say here that as we progress with this innovation, which is a task, and I really want to thank the National Enterpreneurship Exhibitions Committee for this excellent work that you have done today. We need to scale it up further and address serious issues of productivity and competitiveness for our youth and for our innovators. And thereby I call upon the various actors to join hands and support this initiative, because this is one of the initiatives that is bringing technical institutions, private sector, various interventions in the youth sector under the State Department, and we are going to really create a difference from this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Muteti, CEO, Kenya National Federation for Education. The Principal Secretary for Post-Training and Skills Development, Mr. Alfred Eriot, is our chief guest today. Just want to request you now to allow me to invite Dr. Wanjiru Kariuki, who is the Secretary for Education, State Department for Post-Training Skills Development, to take over the program.
Thank you, Dr. Upora. Chief guest, all protocols observed. I want to begin by asking the National Organizing Committee, wherever you are, please raise up your hands so that the PS can see who has been working with us in organizing this exhibition. We have State Department for Post-Training and Skills Development, if you can stand or wave your hand. State Department for VTT, Ministry of Interior Coordination of National Government. PS, they were very supportive in mobilizing the youth who are here today to come for this function. State Department for VTT also includes Kisumu Polytechnic, who are very supportive. If the trainers are here, the ones who are in the committee that was organizing this function, you could raise up your hand so that PS can see you. They did a wonderful job in putting this function together. Thank you. Then we have our Kenya National Federation of Juakali Associations. Wherever you are, please stand up. They have also been very supportive in helping us to organize this function. Thank you. And we also had industry and development partners, some of them who are not here. PS, as you are aware, the objectives of the exhibition was to create a paradigm shift so that we move away from job seeking to job creation. And we hope that we have done that today. How many of you here have agreed to become job creators? Can we have a show of hands? Is there anybody who is going to be a job seeker after this? So tujipigie makofi. PS, we are also looking forward to having more role models and mentors. I'm particularly happy because I can see quite a number of female students here, female youth. Can we have the female youth putting up their hands so that PS can see the future female entrepreneurs? The young girls, put up your hands and be confident, because we now want to see more women becoming mentors and role models. We have a lady here and I wanted her to stand up from Juakali, who is the Secretary General. I want her to stand up so that the women can also be encouraged. She's very senior at Juakali, a very senior entrepreneur, and I'm hoping that she's going to encourage you so that you move forward and become entrepreneurs. Mpigie makofi. PS, I think you have also seen that we have created networks.
We are now trying to create a very strong network between industry and education. And we have done that with this exhibition. Moving forward, you have heard we are now moving to Nairobi and then to Mombasa, and we are not stopping there. We are going to move around the country so that eventually we have job creators. We don't want to see job seekers. P.S. The rationale for the exhibition, again, is the SDG. We are following the SDG 1, SDG 4, and SDG 8. We are also following the Constitution of Kenya, which says that we should try to create jobs for the youth and also give them relevant education. And also the Kenya Youth Development Policy of 2019, which had noted that the youth have a negative attitude towards entrepreneurship. So that has been the rationale of this exhibition. When we were developing our concept, these were the issues that were guiding us, so that we can now translate policy into action. That is what we are trying to do. P.S. The outcome for this exhibition is that we want positive entrepreneurial attitudes among the youth. We want improved youth self-employability and productivity, sustainable integration into the labor market of young people, self-employment, entrepreneurship, business creation, including innovative micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. P.S. As you are aware, we had two groups of youth. We had the youth from the TVET, the graduating class, and also the Kazi Mtaani, out-of-school youth. And the methodology we used is that because of COVID, we shall have a few of you here, but right now, we have over 1,500 youth who are watching this event because it is being streamed on YouTube. So if your colleagues are not able to see it, tell them to go to YouTube and they will also see the event. P.S. Our resource persons were the mentors who are here. I think the mentors, please stand up so that P.S. can see you. These are the mentors who are mentoring our youth today in the morning, and they have done a wonderful job in trying to change the attitude of the youth so that they can embrace and engage in entrepreneurship. With those few remarks, I would like us now to please stand up. Please stand up, PS wetu makofi as he comes to give us his keynote address. Tutapiga ile ya nyayo ya zamani, mnakumbuka? Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. PS, give us the speech.
Thank you so much, Madam Karaoke. The case were invited here today, right from representatives from various departments of government. The host principal, Madam Catherine, and our distinguished guest today. Good afternoon. Allow me, before I deliver my speech to open this function today, to recognize your participation and the extraordinary work you've done, and the good work you've done, especially what we have seen there at the exhibition. I also want to thank this institution for the harmonious relationship we've seen coexisting with institutions within here in Kisumu, and also for allowing us to have this event here today. I know we have representatives from the private sector, we have entrepreneurs like Salma, and others who are here. And I want to say, we thank you so much for being supportive. We really appreciate and we recognize your good work. And I also want to thank the youth who are here today, because I want to say, forget the rest of us who are here in the front row here, but the focus are the youth who are here. Because we are holding this exhibition here, and the main objective is to showcase your skills. And I know when I'm here with the CEO of Tuakali Federation, I don't know if you need to name your institution, because this is a digital generation. We have seen there a lot of innovation which involves the technology. And you know, when a CEO, when you call it Chuakali Association, them they imagine the old blacksmith who is struggling at the sun there. And when you tell them they join your organization, they cannot even introduce themselves to their friends that, you know, I'm a member of the Chuakali Association. Probably you may need to say National Federation of Innovators or something like that. I don't know, the youth, you can ask them to give you a name, and I'm sure that one will be able to attract many people. Today we are here. This is the first of a series of exhibitions, and our focus is to unearth the skills which exist amongst our youth. We have seen many of them there. I want to say we are not doing this in vain. One from here, we identify a few, those which actually have the highest potential to actually create an immediate impact. So that we team up, we try to progress at the next level, and they immediately become employers instead of those who are seeking jobs. I know the CEC for Kisumu, you are here, and I'm sure you are more than proud to be able to give them the necessary support in terms of space and all what is required. We are also there as national government to support, to work together so that the youth within this county, we support them, they immediately start earning instead of after learning, they start earning. I want to state that as a department, we are committed to ensure that the youth, the skills they possess are protected. And even as we invite you to participate, I want to urge that the skills you have, you know, we are living in a world where intellectual theft is something is big business. And we know we've seen greatest innovations here, and we do not want others to come and prey on your skills. They come and look at them and copy. They do business with your skills. So when you may need to protect their skills, even as they go for exhibitions, so that their intellectual rights are protected, not stolen, and probably used in their countries instead of being their own property. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm greatly honored to address you during this important National Enterpreneurship Exhibition. This exhibition has been organized by our state department in the Ministry of Education, that is the Department for Post-Training and Skills Development, in collaboration with KNFJKA and other partners. And the goal of this exhibition is to foster entrepreneurship mindset. As I said before, we want to move. I know from time immemorial, we knew after school, somebody must employ you somewhere. But that mindset is shifting now. We want to say, after education, after acquiring the skills, you should be an immediate employer of another person. So the attitude and culture among the youth, we seek to change that. And the theme of this exhibition actually is shifting from job seeking to job creation. The choice of this theme, the theme for this exhibition is indeed timely. This is because the mindset of majority of job seekers is fixed on paid employment. Yet the rate of creation of formal jobs has reduced over time. And I want to say that is indeed true, as we know that before we used to write a letter when we were in school. But probably nowadays, those who are doing the business of postage, postal services, or those who are handling, is now people have to change the time. We know the technology is coming, and also we must move. The nature of jobs keep changing. The environment is changing as well. There's a deep-rooted culture of job seeking instead of job creation and self-employment amongst most job seekers. Hence, we need, as a country, to draw young people towards entrepreneurship if we are to succeed in addressing the challenges of the youth and employment. The National Enterpreneurship Exhibition showcases the potential of the entrepreneurs by displaying the reduced and services of the successful micro and small enterprises that our country has to offer. In addition, experienced entrepreneurs will serve as role models and mentor others so that they can embark on their entrepreneurship pathways. Your presence here, ladies and gentlemen, as exhibitors and participants is therefore a reflection of the growing interest and support for entrepreneurship. I urge young people to take advantage of the opportunities present by this entrepreneurship exhibition. As you listen to the mentorship talks and tour of the exhibitions and appreciate what entrepreneurship has to offer, you will no doubt be impressed. As I have with just how strong, resilient, dynamic our micro and small enterprises are. I hope this will inspire you to develop your ideas into businesses towards creating self-employment and improving your livelihoods. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, the country is experiencing high youth unemployment. And I want to say the biggest group is actually between the age of 20 to 29 years, which incidentally majority of you belong. And the highest in labor and utilization also is found within this group. So it is thus important to note that the government has prioritized food security, affordable housing, manufacturing, and affordable healthcare for all as the four pillars of our Big Four agenda. The youth stand to benefit for several job creation opportunities presented by the Big Four agenda projects. If they embrace and engage in entrepreneurship, this will help to advancing Kenya's Vision 2030 agenda of providing a globally competitive, prosperous country with a high quality life by the year 2030. The State Department of Post-Training and Skills Development in the Ministry of Education is mandated to promote skills development towards enhancing youth employability and productivity. Among the programs that we are putting in place to achieve these outcomes are and include, and I want to state at this point that we actually deal with skills at all levels. We are not confined to those who have degrees, diplomas, but we do recognize all skills, including what the CEO of Chuakali Association, that is the recognition of prior learning, and that is the skills you've acquired before. I know there's development towards in that direction, so that those skills actually are certified and recognized for any employment. As I conclude, I would like to give you a few thoughts on the future of the skills development in relation to youth entrepreneurship in the country. Strengthening equitable access to entrepreneurship education and training is key. This includes training in the commercialization of innovations and talents among the youth. I therefore urge local, regional, and international partners to collaborate with us in building skills towards strengthening effective youth entrepreneurship. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank the Kenya National Federation of Chuakali Association, the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government, the State Departments of Vocational and Technical Training, Youth, the Department of Youth, and also the Department of Housing, and Kisumu National Polytechnic, and the other event organizers, exhibitors, stakeholders, and participants for a well-organized exhibition. Your commitment and belief in the value of youth entrepreneurship is commendable. This is a sign of patriotism and love of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, with those few remarks, it's now my humble pleasure to declare this National Enterpreneurship Exhibition open. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, Principal Secretary, our Chief Guest, for launching this important event. We are so grateful for your leadership and coordination that has enabled this function to be successful. Equally, we are grateful also for the other state departments who have joined us in support this event, the State Department for Youth, State Department for Interior, State Department for Vocational and Technical Training. We really appreciate all that has come in, your effort that has come in support of this. I also want to thank the Kenya National Federation, the Kali Association, for all that we have done. We have made this event very successful, and we shall, as the PS has already said, we shall keep collaborating, and we shall see great things coming. Thank you very much to other technical training institutions that have supported us, the principal of Kisumu National Polytechnic, the entire Kisumu National Polytechnic fraternity. We thank you very much. Even our mentors, Shukuru sana. Our PS, as you were speaking, one of the mentors also came in who was supposed to give a talk. And I think since time is so much spent, probably to speak up the line. So before, so I would want to request the principal of this institution to guide us now on the protocols on how we move on from here, given this now institution. Very good principal and guide us on what to do.
Thank you so much, Chief Guest, Principal Secretaries, Technical and Skills Development and Training, and all our guests. We now wish to invite all of us for lunch. We have set up 2 venues as we observe COVID protocols. We have one group, our executive, will take lunch at the tent just outside this hall. We have the youth, our lunch is at the other tent next to the resource center. I will humbly request that we stand up and have a prayer for lunch from one of the youth. Can we have one of you please pray for lunch very fast? Then we come back. We have Professor Bora who will give us a talk after lunch, and then we break up to go for the exhibitions. Thank you. Anybody to come and pray for lunch? If not, I will do the prayer and we stand up and pray for lunch. Father, we thank you for having been on the list. We pray that you bless what we are supposed to take. In Jesus' name, I pray and believe. Amen. Thank you. So let us be back at 3:15. We assembled back here. Thank you.
Yani tunaenda style style ovyo ovyo.